Hey guys, Sebbediah here. If you follow this channel, you'll know that I've currently got a solo single-player Cobblemon series going on, which I'm enjoying very much. Thank you for all the support on that, by the way. But in this video, we're changing it up a little. We're entering society. Well, kind of. I've got invited to play on a Cobblemon server called Cobbleland. And from everything I experienced so far, I can confidently say that it is easily the best Cobblemon server available right now. It is so feature-rich, it's actually ridiculous. In the base Cobblemon mod, you've got many Cobblemon available. But in Cobbleland, that list easily doubles. There's so many more Pokemon available, which you'll see non-stop throughout this entire video. And that's not even mentioning legendaries, mega evolutions, and guess what? Pokemon in costumes. So many Pokemon in costumes. To add to that, there's also plushies, Funko Pops, color variations, themed Pokemon for Mario, Zelda, Demon Slayer. They've got St. Patrick's Day and Easter themed Pokemon. What other server has that? The list goes on and on. The amount of visual Pokemon customizations and eye candy will entertain you for hours, easily. So what about the technical side? Well, I'm happy to say that Cobbleland is stacked full of features like a fat, greasy, delicious, kebab-filled pita bread. Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm recording this video just before breakfast. Cobbleland has a fully functioning Pokemon breeding system like in the base games, global trading system for items, Pokemon, and more. Player-ran gyms, so yes, if you work hard enough, you can become a gym leader. Trainer NPCs all around the spawn lobby. Wonder Trade for dumping your newly hatched starters. Pokédex, which rewards you the more you fill it out. Weekly tournaments, giveaways, trivia, daily rewards, Pokemon hunts, and so much more I didn't yet get to experience myself. The list just doesn't end. So, in this video, I'm going to spend 100 days on the Cobbleland server, playing multiplayer Cobblemon for the first time, with the only goal on our horizon being to experience as much as possible of what this server has to offer, and to have an absolute blast doing it. So, let's go to the very beginning. In order to play on this server, you will need the base Cobblemon mod at its latest version. I've also got my minimap mod from my single player series. Mods like this are optional. Once you join play.cobbleland.com, you will be presented with 4 realm options. One of them is Pixelmon if you still play with that mod. The other 3 are Cobblemon based, and they are Mystic Realm, which is the default original, Paradise Realm, which is like the default except it's all on peaceful difficulty, and lastly Union Realm, which is like the default except it includes a few extra models of what's known as Fakemon. Basically, fan-made Pokemon. Feel free to play on any of these realms, however, if you'd like to join the one that I'm a part of, join the Union Realm, as that's the one I'm actively playing on, as it's in my opinion, the most fun. Now then, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. If you would like to see more, make sure to subscribe. And without any more annoying words, let's start. Okay, we landed on the server. We made it. That's a 5G tower. We've joined the server, and looking around I was pretty much immediately impressed with the charm of what I saw. It's not too bad, it's actually quite pretty over here. On top of that, I've already spotted a few new Pokemon which are not a part of the base Cobblemon mod. Oh, hello Ordino. You're not from the original Cobblemon pack. But then I saw something more interesting. Wait, what? What happened to you? My bro looks like that kid from the 2001 Willy Wonka movie. I came up with a theory as to why there are 2D sprite models hopping about a little later on. So I'll talk about that later on in the video. But for now, off to the Pokemon Center. And this is the Pokemon Center. Okay. Oh, hello Chansey. There's Joey. The Pokemon Center was occupied by some interesting characters. Oh, they've got the cool Lucario. It is also where I found my first Funko Pop model on display. Wait, is this a... They've got Funko Pops. Oh, that is amazing. How do I get this? Look at that. Oh, I really wanted it. Moving on from the Pokemon Center, I started looking around the lobby. I started peeking in houses to see what I could find. Ooh, we got a full-on enchantment setup. I also enjoyed the sight of all the new Pokemon that started appearing before me. Oh, A Badoo. Oh, it's so cute. I swear they're not that big though. And later on, I found an NPC trainer with a really cool Greninja. Is that a shiny? It's a shiny Greninja. Oh my god, brother, I am jealous. That looks so cool. It's got a cape and a hat. They also have this really cute Eevee statue. Oh wow, this is amazing. Whoa, that's so cute. While exploring further, a trivia question got fired off in the chat. I tried hard to descramble it, but someone beat me to it before I even had a chance to think. Oh, it... okay, it do be togetic. I wouldn't have gotten that. I am horrible at scramble. My next location of interest was the Pokemart, where I learned about buying items and making smart financial decisions. I've also discovered crates which you use keys on to receive a randomized item, Pokémon, or other miscellaneous products. It is also where you get enchanted by the magic of costumed and themed Pokémon. Oh, a Goomba... oh, so... Shy Guy Vileplume. Luigi Sebbediah. So I'm guessing these are reskinned Pokemon to go with the theme of Undertale. Undertale crate? Undertale Pikachu. Oh, that's so cute. They have an Undertale Eevee. Slayer. I'm guessing Demon Slayer. Yeah. Gyu Greninja. Oh, this is amazing. I absolutely love this. 4 plushie keys. Is there a plushie crate? Let's have a look at this. Oh my god, there is. Oh my god, they have a Mimikyu plushie. They have a Glaceon plushie. I need it. Oh my god, I want it. What's Unite? There is so many Glaceons. Made Glaceon. I need it. Glaceon is by far my favorite Pokemon. And discovering a Glaceon in a maid outfit has set our objective for this series. Right, guys, I have just figured out our purpose on this server for the next 100 days. We are going to do whatever is in our power to acquire the maid Glaceon. I need it. I don't know how, but in some way, shape or form, via an incredible adventure or some evil genius plan, I am going to acquire the maid Glaceon by the end of this 100 days. I was going to need to come up with some form of a plan for how to acquire what I want to be my signature Pokemon in a maid outfit. But while I subconsciously plan, let me tell you more about the crates and how to acquire the keys to open them. While in game, you can do /store or go straight to store.cobbleland.com, where you will be able to purchase many different big and small editions to enhance your personal experience on the Cobbleland server. You are able to make purchases such as shiny boosts, commands, extra claim blocks if you have an enormous base, miscellaneous items such as lucky blocks, bundles, the before mentioned keys for cosmetics for your Pokemon, and ranks, which I personally recommend as they give you access to a kit which you can claim once every week. It's essentially free weekly resources after the first purchase, plus extra perks. If you are going to buy anything off the store, make sure to use code Sebbediah for 15% off your purchase. Now, back to Cobbleland. I decided to continue exploring the lobby, which is when I bumped into this spawn of the unholy. Oh my god, is that a blip bug? It is. Oh, well, if that's not terrifying, I don't know what is. Where is it gone? Don't worry, guys. Herobrine Blipbug isn't real. It can't hurt you. Herobrine Blipbug. After I was done having the Blipbug look into my worst nightmares, I came across the Gym Rules Cave. I did a little bit of studying to gain a deeper understanding of how the gym battles work on this server, and all I'm saying is that it makes sense. It's a good and a very serious system, but in full honesty, I'm gonna have to come back and do some revising on these rules if I ever try to challenge a gym, because there's a lot of them and they are very specific. Once I left the gym cave, I remembered that I had a key which I received from voting, which I believe you can do once a day, but I could be wrong about that one. I decided to go cash it in to see what I get, because I completely forgot I had this, but if I... Ooh! Ooh, it's doing things! Ooh! I got a water stone! This is useless! Can I sell this? How do I sell stuff? Hello, I would like to sell you one water stone, please. Oh wow, what a buy rate. Well, I don't really want to sell it if it's just worth 2 coins, but I don't feel like I'm gonna get another use from it if I'm completely honest. So left to buy, right to sell. Sold for 2, 1, okay. So did I sell it? Oh, you don't have this item. Okay, so we did sell it. So now, we made 2 coins, bros. I was walking out of that Pokemart 2 Poke Coins richer, which is a win in my book. My next and last point of interest was the stadium, which is where I found a really well-dressed Sylveon. Oh, hello. Oh, wow, hello. Pretty. And I also got inspired by the pretty colors. Oh, that's such a cool arena. That's so cool. I'm stealing that blue and red design. That's actually sick. I'm guessing this is where they hold the weekly tournaments. Now that we've had a walk around the spawn and discovered all the interesting locations, it was time to choose a starter. So, I'm of course going to go with Piplup. No, I'm going with Turtwig. Of course I'm going with Turtwig. It would be a crime not to choose Turtwig. And so myself and Turtwig set out into the wilderness by using the command /random teleport to be sent out into the dangerous wilderness. Literally, because not even 20 seconds in and we were bullied back to spawn. But this did not deter me and I've immediately tried again. This time around we found the savannah and begun with the good old wood chopping to get our basics set up. What is this? What is going on? Pyroar, why are you 2D? These 2D Pokemon started to give me a bit of a nick, but it did give me slight ideas. I'm kind of determined now. I feel like I would be able to find a full team of 2D Pokemon. Now that would be hilarious. Can you imagine if we fought someone and we just sent out a 2D sprite? Makes me think though. Terraria should totally have a Pokemon mod. Back in Minecraft, we've discovered some coal at the top of the cave, and while digging it out, we've come across a big root, which we gave to Turtwig. It makes his attacks, such as Absorb and Leech Seed, a little bit stronger, which will be useful for the beginning stages. I got curious about the shop to see how expensive everything is, and for a beginner, everything on the store is quite expensive. You can buy Pokeballs. How much are Pokeballs? 25 coins each. Okay, so it's not cheap, but I know because I've seen on the Discord that you're actually able to also sell Pokemon, so you can catch a bunch of Pokemon and sell them. There's probably a way to make profit out of that in some way, shape or form. The command for that is /Pokesell, if I remember correctly. It is something I will try out later, but you could definitely make a little money this way by role-playing an evil team and stealing and selling Pokemon. Therefore some role-playing potential there. Is that... It is. It's Lapis. Wait, Lapis doesn't spawn this far up, does it? Once I found this Lapis, I got once again a little curious about the store and selling items. I wasn't able to sell anything I had, but after a little more exploring of the caves below me, winning a trivia token from answering the trivia questions. Ooh, I got it! I won a trivia token. No idea what these are used for, but I'm gonna keep it. Gathering of coal, iron and copper, and fighting off a few of the annoying mobs, I came across a Thunderstone. Ooh, I see a Thunderstone. I found another new Pokemon which was really cute, protected it from a nearby creeper, and then went and collected the stone. A Thunderstone. Am I going to be able to sell this? I tried selling it, and it worked. Aha, okay, so if it's in the system, if it's in the shop, you're able to sell it. That's going to come in quite handy. Since I needed a few more resources, I decided to keep exploring the cave to see what I could find. It was mostly more clusters of coal and not enough iron, as well as a constant small flow of hostile mobs that I had to keep an eye out for. I had a small horde heading towards me at one point, which I decided to tactically defeat from 2 blocks up, so they couldn't get me. After collecting a bit more coal, I got caught in a slightly bigger horde, and honestly, I thought that was it for me. But I've managed to wiggle out of that predicament, run to a safer space, and quickly teleport to the safety of the spawn lobby. Oh, that was close. That actually made me panic. After a short rest, I've decided I wanted to look for another cave, but while exploring I got a little sidetracked with checking out the store prices of the food. Apples. 50 coins each. And you know for a fact why they're that expensive. It's because if you eat enough of them, you can get leftovers. Once my snack browsing was over, I looked in a nearby cave and I found more mobs than I was comfortable with. So that was an immediate U-turn. After checking the map and picking a direction of interest, I started walking. I found the jungle, but nothing else that would be in any way redeeming. So, in the meantime, I started planning. Well, we got our basics kind of, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dig down and we're going to make a strip mine. I want to see if I can get any diamonds, because if I get diamonds, then I can focus on getting concrete as well. I can focus on getting some dyes, and if I do that enough... Did I just do a random teleport to the spawn? I just did a random teleport to the spawn. But yes, once we get the battle items, once we manage to craft them, we'll be able to start training our Pokemon to become a power team. But in order to start getting together the resources for the power items, we need to establish a base of operations. Using the teleport command, I managed to find a really pretty small island full of trees with red leaves. It also had a structure on it which I thought was someone's base at first, but no. It was just a randomly generated structure from the world generation mod this server uses. After a few minutes of looking around, I've made my mind up. This island will be where I build my base, and the first thing I needed to begin crafting the power items was diamonds, which required a strip mine, which I needed ladders for, which required wood. I also found a huge Meditite, which is another one of my favorite Pokemon. I swear they're normally smaller than this. I started getting caught up in the amazing models of the Pokemon that aren't in the base Cobblemon yet. Oh, you're so pretty, that's such a good model. But I got back on track soon. I found more 2D sprites, and this is where I came up with two theories as to why they exist. Theory 1 is very likely just placeholder sprites while the models get worked on, just so that the Pokemon themselves are in the game, and while they work on the 3D models, at least there's some, some sort of visual for the Pokemon. And theory 2 is that my map icon resource pack might somehow be interfering with the unreleased models of the Cobblemon on this server. Either way, I didn't really mind much. After setting up my little working station area, I started to craft ladders to prepare for descending into the strip mine. And after digging down, gathering some more coal, and getting amused by the trivia, well hey, the ability of every single grass type starter. Including Turtwig. I hit a cave which would alter the course of my base choice drastically. After slowly exploring the cave for some iron, I did a little bit of planning out loud about what I needed. I think 6 diamonds is going to be our main goal, mainly because 6 diamonds will allow us to make 3 different training items to begin with, for the 3 different stats that we want. This was also the point at which I found this. So as long as... Oh my God, that's a spawner. What is that? Oh, right, okay, we're gonna go back down there in a minute. We've just found something impressive. We did indeed find something impressive. After going back around and also sneezing a little, I found a little bit more of a convenient entrance into the massive cave system. After confirming that this amazing little hidden underground structure full of treasure is going to be my base, there's so much here. Yo! I started to do a little bit of spring cleaning. I began by setting up the underground location as a new base teleportation point, and then going back up to the surface to retrieve all my stuff. I also blocked and hid the what was to be a strip mine entrance. Once I was back down, I placed down all my working station components, crafted some chests for storage, and started sorting all of the loot out and moving things about the way I wanted them. There was a lot of tools which I definitely will be able to put to good use this early on in the game. Once my cleanup and organization was done, I decided to go grab some of the exposed diamonds around my newly acquired area. While I was about to collect the diamonds, I had a train of thought. I do wish I had a fortune pick for this one. Although, you know what? We do have that silk touch pick. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get that pickaxe. I'm going to try and get the diamonds that I find with the silk touch, and then once I have enough experience, I'm gonna go to spawn, I'm gonna use the lapis lazuli I can find over here, and I'm gonna see if I can get a fortune free on my pick. This didn't work though. Wait, where did it go? Oh, can you not get a... Oh, you can't get diamonds with a golden pickaxe, can you? Oh, I thought you could. Oh, you're useless, you are. Oh, and I thought I was being clever there, but no, I just got played. I just lost 1 diamond because of that. But oh well, you live, you learn. You play, you learn. Looking around the base, my creativity was going wild. I absolutely love this base, honestly. I see so much potential for expansion here. I can make a nice path going up there, clear all of that up, turn it into a really pretty apricorn farm so that I can craft Pokeballs. Then I can do a bunch of gardens around, berries over here. Then I can expand and make more stuff. I just need to light this all up because I really don't like that there's so many creepers around in this area. I absolutely love when the creative flow starts like this. There's nothing better than having an amazing visual idea of what you want to build. My attempt at obtaining the diamonds got interrupted by quite a few zombies, but I managed to get them dealt with quickly and get my diamond. While my ores were smelting, I tried to figure out how to claim this plot of land as my base to make sure no one is able to steal from my chests or grief my base. Not that it's likely to happen, as everyone on this server seems really nice and respectful, but at the end of the day, you never know. Better safe than sorry. After struggling a little bit, I decided to ask for help from the other players, and one of them was nice enough to give me an in-person demonstration, after which I claimed my base successfully. So, now that we have gold, we need something important. Something known as mints, and you know for a fact that these are a pain in the behind to get. So, once again, I am going to ask to see if anyone is willing to give me out some donations. Let's see if anyone says yes. I don't think they will, though. Yeah, my my request was so disgusting that even the gym manager just left the lobby. I'm gonna guess that's a no. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is go random teleport. And I'm just gonna have to walk around and see if I can find any of the mints. And I'm not making the same mistake again. I know this for a fact. While I'm here, I'm gonna grab these flowers because these things are gonna be a pain in the behind to find when I actually need them. I can't do that here. This is someone's claimed space. Oh no. Who claimed this? Oh, there's a base there. This is literally someone's base. Hold on, I want to have a look at what I just found. After managing to collect the flowers, I headed for the base. And there I saw that someone put some of the mint seeds for sale on the GTS. Oh, look at that. So I think someone heard me. Yeah. See, I understand this. This is actually pretty decent because why would he give them to me for free when he can sell them to me? The problem here is that I'm absolutely broke. And I'm just going to tell him that and I'm going to see if he has pity on me. If not, I'm just going to have to hunt for them. The pity worked, as this happened not even 15 seconds after. This shortened our search drastically, as we were gifted 3 out of 6 of them, meaning we were halfway there. Hell yeah, we got quite a few of them. Now we just need 3 of the other ones. Let's do another /random teleport. Actually, hold on. /overbase. Let's have a look. Maybe we can find some near our island, because there is a massive forest. Look at that. Massive forest of untapped resources near us. Let's have a look. Let's see how correct I'm going to be about this. I saw some underground dropped items, so I'm guessing I'm not the first one to be in this area, which that's a bit concerning because that means that I might be looking around this place and basically not find anything that I'm looking for at all, because this entire place would have probably been already looted. After looking around for a little while with no success, it started to become night, which I didn't want to be out in. So I've decided that a better choice of spending time would be to go back home and do a little bit of work on the base in the caves during the night. I started preparing the area around my base for the planting and farming, and once all that was done, it was time to peek back up above the ground. But doing a random teleport shot us beyond the above ground. It shot us all the way up to above the above ground. Oh, this is something. This is interesting. So if I... Ew. Okay, that was risky. Let's go back up. So we literally just randomly teleported to a sky island. That is insane. This island was very impressive, but once the safety of daylight helped us out, we started harvesting it for some water and dirt to bring back to our base. I also realized that there was always a lot of ordinals around wherever I went. You know what, I've been seeing so many ordinals on this server just everywhere. That's good because this thing here is nothing but a busty clump of XP. So once I'm gonna need to train my Pokemon, this boy is gonna come in so helpful. We needed one more bucket of water to complete our spring, so we headed out once more. Random teleport. Oh, that's a jungle. Oh, that's a creeper. That's a skeleton and a zombie. Okay, a lot of things at once just happened there. I just need some water. Once we get some water, I'll be super happy. There we go. Using that bucket of water, we completed our infinite water source, which we used to fill up the little bits of farmland we are going to have touching the edge of our base. I also had a sudden urge to transform the infinite water source into a pretty little natural cave spring. I thought that'd be cute. And after a bit of tinkering, it came out quite well. Once the spring was done, we started getting the farmlands lit up and prepared. While doing this, I also got beat on the trivia by literally a millisecond. Oh, I got beat. I got beat by 1 millisecond. I almost had that. Damn. My little farmland for growing the mints was now complete. However, the visible pixel of water underneath the blocks of wood was really annoying me. So I decided to sort that out by going above ground to harvest some of the trees. We only had dark oak and I was hoping for a spruce tree. So we traveled to a neighboring island, which was growing some spruce trees, to grab those. Oh my god, no way they've got a sawadle in here. Oh, you're so cool. Ooh, I'm definitely going to be catching a sawadle. I want to leave Annie. It's so good. I used the spruce logs to create spruce planks to put underneath the logs. Now that I was done with the base modifications, it was time to head back into the world to try and find more mints. Oh my god, it's Toxel. There's so many good Pokemon that I just want to catch and fight with and use and add to my team. Oh, this thing is going to take over my life 100%. Absolutely, I'm going to just not do anything else other than this. After a few teleports, we've hit this really pretty flower biome, which seemed untouched, which was a very good sign. I also saw someone put some more mints for sale, specifically the cyan mint, which I really needed. And so I've decided to spend the only money I had to buy it. Further exploration of this biome didn't yield us any more mints, which we did not yet have. What I did find though was a fair bit of coal and iron, which I immediately harvested as it is a resource which I'm going to need as I play. Ooh, you're pretty. Keep flapping, queen. Once it became night, I've made a move into the mysterious and interesting looking purple colored biome that we saw on the map near us, and it was very pretty. But because of the nighttime, also very dangerous. I didn't find much in this biome other than some red apricorns, and after getting a horde on my back, I decided it was enough and teleported back to the base to plant more of my mint seeds which I got. I also got some of the sprouts for the red apricorn trees and wanted to start getting those planted and growing so that I can harvest them and multiply them slowly. It was about time to start getting ready to catch Pokemon by slowly growing, crafting, and stacking up on Pokeballs. While clearing an area next to our base, lighting it up and fighting some of the mobs, I spotted some diamonds in the distance. Oh, look at that. Look at that, I see diamonds down there. Let's go, let's get the diamonds. Because if someone else starts finding these caves, they're gonna just take the diamonds and I'm gonna be screwed. It was quite the fight to get to them, and we almost got disintegrated multiple times. That's poison. But we made it, and we collected some extra diamonds from our caves to use in the future. Ooh, it's a Gumi. Oh my god, you're so cute. You're so tiny, like a little slug. This is a little baby. No longer being distracted by the shiny blue gems in the dark, I continued flattening and setting up the land for our apricorn trees, which was going quite well, and we finished it fairly fast. It was now time for some plant pots. I used some polished deep slate slabs as the frame of the planters to make it go with the whole cave look, and after that I filled the planters up with dirt. They look super cute and were ready to have trees planted in them. After planting the sprouts, I was so excited to get the tree grown that I just went to get some of the bones I had stored from the skeletons I defeated to turn them into bone meal and get our first tree grown up. Once I was finished with my planters, I got a visit from the server owner, and he gave me 2 keys to go and use, a mystic key and a shadow key. I also had 2 vote keys, which once again you can obtain for completely free daily by doing /vote and voting for the server. I had a look at the rewards and used these first, receiving a Roap berry and a nice bag of Skrilla. So now we had 1,500 Pokecoins in our bank. I also redeemed one of my beginner kits, which you can do once every week. I do have access to other kits as a creator, however, I didn't want to taint my experience too much with these, so I decided to ignore them for now. I will show them off at the end of this 100 days video. Now it was time for the main event. I started with the Mystic Crate first. Here is everything I have a chance to get from it. And with a simple click of a button, I got 18 rare candies, which I have to say I was more than happy with, as they would come in pretty handy later on. But now, oh now, it was time for the Shadow Chest, which gives access to dark, edgy themed Pokemon, and they look amazing. So after I was given a blessing by Nosepass, I inserted the key in, and I got a Shadow Latios, which was actually proper cool. Look how amazing the model looks, and I can ride it too. I did decide to go ahead and put it in my PC as I didn't really want it in my party at the moment. Still, it's very impressive. Definitely giving bragging rights. Looking at the list of players on the server at the moment, I realized that Demi was on. Demi is a Minecraft creator that makes videos and streams on the Cobbleland Server. So I decided to challenge him to a fight and used a little bit of a competitive talk to establish dominance and show that I was no soppy wet boy of a trainer. Turns out he was busy recording a video about the gym battles on the server, so he wasn't able to accept my challenge. I understood that he was busy, so as a respectful individual, I decided that if he wasn't going to fight me, I just had to track him down and annoy him until he fought me, so I could whoop his ass. I looked at his streams to see if I could suss out the coordinates of his base, or areas where he normally hangs out, and once I acquired that information, it was time to make my way there. I've decided that the best way to go about this was to use the /random teleport command over and over to get as close to his base coordinates as possible. So I started teleporting. I teleported once, I teleported twice, I teleported a third time, and then I remembered that Latios I had in my PC and that I can ride it. Everyone knows that Latios can fly. You literally ride them around the map on Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But sadly, once I retrieved my Shadow Latios and tried to fly on it, it didn't work. Unless I was missing something, this Latios only acted as a walking mount, not a flying one, which was a little disappointing. Well, time to go back to the original plan. I put the Latios away and continued teleporting, and I saw so many different places while teleporting all over the map. Every time I teleported, I checked the coordinates to see how far I was from Demi's base, and I was praying that I was gonna be able to make it before he finished recording and logged off. After teleporting for a little while, I managed to get a teleport that was altogether about 2,000 blocks away from where Demi's base was, and I knew this was the one. I wasn't gonna get closer than this. It was time to start walking and, well, swimming. There was a narrow ocean in the way. 1,000 blocks later, we were on the correct X coordinate, so it was now time to walk another 1,000 blocks north. I came across this miniature sun orb, which I thought was pretty cool, but it did hurt my eyes a little. And shortly after, we found it. Demi's base, along with the bases of other people that hang around him when he's online. But there was one issue. After looking around this area for him, he was nowhere to be seen, meaning he was recording somewhere else. To make sure I didn't have to make this hike again, I set a teleport down in this place, and then teleported to the spawn to continue my detective work. Demi was recording a gym battles video, so I thought I'd be able to find him in the spawn Pokemon tournament area. But alas, this was false. I did, however, come across Boomy, who was the gym manager, and she had the Tanjiro Vulpix with her, which I found way impressive and super cute. I tried asking her nicely to see if she was able to take me to see Demi, and surprisingly, she immediately cooperated. Sadly though, Demi was AFK, and she didn't have the power to teleport us to him. I was very thankful to her for trying. I decided to check around Demi's base one more time, but all I found was this Squirtle plushie. Boomy couldn't find him either, until the stars aligned and Demi wrote in the chat that he was in the Poké Center. Finally coming into contact with the man himself, I decided to be an absolute cockroach and annoy him into fighting me. And while I was being a complete child towards Demi, I saw something incredible. The Pixel had a maid Glaceon named Maid Aurora, and it was so cute I genuinely shed a tear. This was our end goal, boys. I will get a maid Glaceon on my team. I decided that since Demi wasn't gonna battle me, I'd go and sort out my inventory and then teleport around a little to see if I could find some of the mints which I don't have yet, which I'll need for later. I saw some really pretty places while exploring, and then something incredible happened. Thanks everyone that battled me for the video. Brother, where's my battle? Oh, it is time to serve Demi's ass on a plate. After a little bit of competitive banter, I headed straight to the battle stadium. where I eagerly awaited the arrival of my rival. The audience got there first, and I did not have to wait long for Demi to pop up. After doing my NPC pre-battle speech, it was time to fight. I of course sent out Nutmeg, and Demi sent out his Garchomp, nicknamed Gibby. Now, this battle may have seemed very one-sided, but I was about to implement the most big-brained strategy and win this battle in one single swoop. Did I just lose? Truly an unexpected result. Demi has beaten my Pokemon with great tactics and a Pokemon Master's intuition. So after my post-battle speech, I made a tactical retreat into my base, and almost got banned for caps. I may have lost this battle by the smallest margin, but at least now I knew what I needed to do. I needed to get stronger. Nutmeg needed to get stronger. The first task on our list of things to do was to get the rest of the mints. And the only way I was going to be able to acquire these mints was by once again teleporting around the server, trying to find areas which weren't looted yet. Teleporting around for a bit, I found some really weird sights, but also many pretty and a little dangerous areas. After a little while, with no luck, I caved in and tried to see if anyone on the server had any spare blue and white mint seeds. And TSE What3 was very kind and dropped me one of each, meaning I was now able to go and grow them, so that I'm able to craft the necessary training items in order to get Nutmeg into the appropriate battle shape. In order to grow these mints quickly, I need bone meal. Therefore, it was time to go on a hunt for skeletons. I've gone around my cave to slay the ones that I can find, and I've also gone out into the open world to find some wild ones primed for harvest. On my way around, I found this really pretty miniature castle village thingy. I didn't find anything valuable inside, but it was really cool regardless. I've decided to follow the cave network from my base to see how many skeletons I'd be able to find. I didn't find many, but I did come across some more diamonds, as well as lush cave biome, which was really cute. Oh look, axolotls. Apparently there was some form of a giveaway going on, and I won a shiny Charmander. That was a nice little surprise. These giveaways happen on the server every now and again, so if you play on the server quite a lot, you'll automatically be entered and you'll randomly win Pokemon, which I think is quite neat. On the way back to my base, I bumped into the Lord himself, and he gave me the middle finger and spawned a small army in my base. Thinking I could get them to attack each other and then collect the loot, I ran in between them to try and bait them a little. But then things got a little too hairy and I tactically retreated, as I wasn't planning on dying tonight. Plus, I've had the bones I needed. So, turning them into bone meal and using them to grow the mints, it was now time to get the last little bits I needed for the crafting of the power items, which was sand and gravel. Thankfully, these are really easy to get, and I had a stack of each in no time. Now it was time to get the correct color dye for the power weight, which was lime green. I got told by one of you in the comments that I should be able to get some green dye from sea pickles, so I scoured the oceans, but I must have been pretty unlucky, as I could not for the life of me find any sea pickles. I actually ended up finding cactus first, so I just went with that and crafted the green dye, combined that with white dye from bone meal, and then using the lime green dye I've created the power weight, which will give our Pokemon 8 extra HP EV points when defeating a Pokemon which gives HP EVs. This meant that it was finally time to train up Nutmeg. I did want him to get a bit of a head start with training, so I used the rare candies we won earlier in the video to jumpstart Nutmeg's leveling process, and also evolve him into Grottle. The rare candies actually took him all the way to level 43, letting him evolve once more. However, I of course won the amazing cherry tortterra, so I asked in the chat to see if anyone lived near a cherry blossom biome, or had a cherry blossom sapling. The response to that was sadly a no. Therefore, it fell onto my shoulders to find a cherry blossom sapling for Nutmeg. And while I was planning this out, I did some research and found out that Ordino gives HP EV points, meaning that I could effectively get 3 birds with 1 stone. I could look for a cherry biome, defeat any ordinals I find during that journey resulting in HP EVs, and also, since ordinals give a lot of experience points, level up Nutmeg to a high level. And so that is what I have decided to do for a little while. Also, as I was hunting ordinals in the spawn lobby, I came across a sleeping Ninetales, which I thought was really cute, as well as a sleeping Nickit. It was so cute, it looked like a little plushie. It didn't take me too long to find the cherry biome. I only had to teleport around a few times, and while doing so, I've also managed to get Nutmeg to level 58. But now that I had the cherry sapling, it was time. It was time to evolve Nutmeg into the beautiful cherry tortterra, and also promote him to a new name. Nutmeg. From hence on forth, you are now known as Cherryboo. With Cherryboo on our side, all that was left now was to defeat Ordinals to max out the HP EVs. This took a few more battles while running around the spawn lobby, as I found that is where they spawn the most, until at last we've got our boy to 252 HP EV points, which was the max. It was now time to focus on the other stats. We only had another 252 more to use, and because I wanted Cherryboo to be a tanky boy, I've decided to invest 101 EV points into his defense and 151 into his special defense, as that was slightly lower naturally, and so required more points to balance out. But of course, to start with any of this, we needed the power band. So after looking around for a yellow flower, for the yellow dye, for the yellow concrete, we were easily successful in crafting our means to increase Cherryboo's special defense EV points. Finding the Pokemon to do so, on the other hand, was going to be a challenge. The list of Pokemon that offer the special defense EV points is quite small, and the most common one I could think of was Duskull, which spawns in the Nether. Thankfully, we had instant access to that dimension, since Demi's base had a nether portal. Walking into the nether, however, I wasn't very thrilled. Duskull only spawn in a specific biome in the nether, and I didn't really want to go around the nether looking for this biome. So instead, I've gone through the list of Pokemon again, and I found one which I saw before. A Hoppip. I saw a Hoppip multiple times in the spawn while hunting for Ordinos. So I've gone back to the spawn to try my luck, and sure enough, there it was. I've hunted them for a little bit, and because they don't spawn as often as Ordinos, it took me a little longer. But by the end of day 20, we managed to get Cherryboo's special defense stat to 151, leaving the only stat to level up being defense. Some of the server members were showing off what Cobblemon and Fakemon they've captured, so I thought I'd go ahead and show off my Shadow Latios. I managed to impress one person, but what was immediately more impressive was when one of them lot sent out a literal Brachiosaurus out of a Pokeball. Now that was a doozy. I've decided to put my Latios away, teleport to my base, do a little bit of organizing, and then go gather some ingredients for crafting the power belt. And while doing so, I've run into this glowy little creature. Turns out it was just a baby Goomy. It was really cute. I've gone ahead and crafted the power belt, and therefore it was now time to start training Cherryboo's defense stat. The most ideal biome for this training would be the desert, as it has the best selection of Pokemon for defense EV points, including a lot of ground types, which a grass type like Cherryboo will also be super effective against. So I spent a few teleports exploring to see if I could come across a desert biome naturally, which, spoiler alert, didn't happen. Asking in the chat helped out a lot though, as one of the boys had a full base set up in the desert. It was a really pretty base. I'll explore it in a little bit. For now, I followed the homie, as not to come off as rude. Once at the designated training area, I was very pleased to see the abundant amount of the Cobblemon I needed for defense EV training, plus the occasional Ordino for that juicy XP. Because the leftover EV cap was quite low, training up my big turtle tank's defense stat didn't take long at all. And so Cherryboo was now officially fully EV trained. So now, the next thing on the priority list was to go have a look around this guy's base, as my curiosity is really biting my behind about it. It was a really cool base. For example, right here, I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'm without a doubt seeing something. The Charizard plushie at the bar was cool, there was some healing machines I couldn't use, and the outside was nothing short of impressive. From the claim plots, it seems like it was a colony of a few people. I thought this rainbow beacon was cute. I can't even imagine how long it took to build this lab museum. They had dinosaurs, cats, furries, even mythical creatures like deer. The architectural design was also immaculate. I then found this suspicious hole. Uh-oh, I have made a mistake. I had to teleport to spawn to get out of that one, which was a shame as I would have loved to explore the rest of the base. But hey, I suppose I can focus on training now. I've bought a lucky egg from the store for a nice XP increase, and all that was left to do now was to max out Cherrybu's level to 100. This was a nice fun process of walking around and killing Ordinos again, and again, and again, and again, and okay, hold on, there has to be a better way of doing this. And there was! Trainer battles. With NPC trainers, of course. These trainers are here to be battled once a week for XP and rare candy plus money rewards, and they're not too difficult at all either. The first one, Jordan, had a bunch of water types and some Blissies, which was amazing as an easy source of experience for Cherrybu. My next opponent was Leroy. He had the cool Lucario, which was quite easy. His next Pokemon was a Buzzmole, which almost got me. Almost. I've managed to pull through, but it was a close one. There was some Blissies thrown into the mix for XP and then another fighting type. I have to say these are amazing for money. If you're struggling with cash, just fight these lot. Really good source of money. My next victim was Dawn. She had a Cinderace with her, so I was expecting a fire-type trainer. But no, woman sent out a Meowscarada. Turns out she was a grass trainer, which, side note, is either a mistake or an absolute 4D chess-brained strategy. Trainers would see the Cinderace prepare water-type Pokemon and then get whooped by a bunch of grass types. Sis said, bring your water types, we won't jump you. Absolute genius. She also had a Roserade and an Areola? I'm not sure what that Cobblemon is, but that's definitely how you pronounce it. There was a few Ordinals around, so I've deleted their existence, and I've also received a vote key which yielded me a nice sum of 500 Poké-Schmeckles. I then continued with the last NPC Cobblemon trainer in the spawn area, called Neo. This fight was over quite fast, especially since his last Pokemon was a Greninja, which got absolutely bullied by Cherrybu's Woodhammer. I only had 15 more levels to go, so back to the Ordinal hunting we go. I got my boy to level 87, and even though it didn't take too long, I didn't want to waste too much time just leveling up. So I've decided it would be better to use the rare candy which I received from the trainer battles to boost Cherrybu to level 100, at which he also unlocked a lot of new moves. Like, a lot. Obviously had to do a little bit of flexing about my first proper trained Cobblemon. What can I say, I'm just really proud of this one. And to celebrate, I bought Cherrybu some leftovers, as they were quite cheap now that I actually had money. Hearing some loot box opening noises, I've gone to investigate, and ended up observing this guy as he got a shiny Litten, which was quite impressive. Now that I was done with training Cherrybu, it was time to go and scour the lands to see what Cobblemon I'd like next for my team. I had a faint idea of what one I wanted, but while trying to make my mind up, I got surprise attacked by this spider. It didn't have time to regret making that decision. The Savannah Plains held quite a good number of diverse Cobblemon to choose from. Nothing I actually wanted to catch though. I've stumbled upon a village, so I've decided to have a look there. There was a Bagon, which was pretty cool. Not what I wanted, however, and so the search continues. I did find a Wither Rose, so I've saved it as a little collection item. And I've also decided to indulge in a little bit of scramble, managing to guess the name first. It got me more trivia tokens. Still ain't got a clue what they do. At this point, I've decided on which Cobblemon I'd like to have as the next member of my team. Now it was just a case of finding it. I dropped a few hints of which one it's gonna be, but if you've not guessed yet, then ta-da! I want a male Nidoran. It didn't take too long to capture and I was very happy with him. The male Nidoran has, in my opinion, a much better design than the female one, but that's just me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. After admiring our new friend for a few seconds, it was time to have a look at his stats. They weren't bad, especially the attack IV, as I plan on training Nidoran to be a physical attacker. It was now time to give our new Nidoran a nickname, and I have chosen Dent. No idea why, it just sounded cute. So, what was on the agenda now then? Well, after messing around with a little bit more organizing at the home base, I've leveled up Dent with some leftover rare candy that were in my possession, causing him to evolve. He got some new moves too, so I've changed up his moveset to be more suitable for the next stage of training. But before that, since I wanted Dent to be as powerful as he could be for the upcoming battles, I've decided to evolve him to his third and final evolution. And look how pretty he is! Bro looks like an oversized plush toy. I love it. Now then, after changing his nature to Adamant for that extra boost in the physical attack stat, it was time to start EV training, to get that attack stat up even further. But for that, we of course need the Power Bracer, easy to craft since everything I needed I had available, and with that, we were ready to start. Our targets will be Cobblemon primarily located in the jungle, such as Mankey and Bellsprout. This training was not as easy as I thought it would be since I kept getting attacked by the mobs around me. During night, all of the mobs would spawn in, but then during the day, none of them would despawn or burn because of the tall trees. It was very annoying. But I couldn't give up on Dent's training resume. We had to bulk him up, and the only way to do so was to beat the ever-living Dookie out of this sentient salad. Talk about a fully vegan diet. Look at this, by the way. I almost died to a baby zombie in this bit. My cheeks were never squeezed tighter than during this adrenaline rush. Oh wow, a Heracross! Be careful, buddy. You are number 7 on my list of top 10 Pokemon that probably taste like strawberry jello. Right, enough distractions. It is time to continue with the decline of the Mankey population for my personal benefit. It took a while since we needed to get the attack stat all the way to 252, but slowly, little by little, we got there. This was good progress. The next stat was going to be speed. However, we didn't have the correct ingredients for crafting the power anklet. One of the main items needed was the light blue concrete, meaning we had to teleport around to find any sort of blue flower for the blue dye. By the way, can we just appreciate this view for a second? Minecraft can be so pretty sometimes. Now, regarding the blue flower hunt, I teleported back to the base as I remembered that I happened to have a blue orchid in my chest. So, after crafting up some light blue concrete and putting it together with the other stuff to make a power anklet, it was time to continue our training. And Dent was ready. This was going to be significantly easier than training the attack stat, as literally almost any little flying type Cobblemon increases the speed stat. I'd say speed EV training in Cobblemon is probably the easiest. Attack training would be the second hardest, with special defense being number 1 hardest by far. Really pretty view, numero 2. And here we have a Tailo, a Pidgey, and oh damn, a Pidgeot. Now this would have been a good battle if I didn't die. I was so butthurt about this, but the tide soon turned as I ended up stumbling upon a shiny Linoon. No way I was gonna go without catching it. You never pass on a shiny, no matter what it is. And I've even managed to get it on the first try. The skeleton might have emoted me to death, but I ended up getting a shiny from it. So who's the real winner here? Right, back to training. This Rattata looks good enough to slaughter, and oop, here's another one. I spent a bit of time running around the spawn area, but it didn't spawn many small flying types for speed EVs. So I started to teleport around again to see what I could find, and there really are some amazing biomes you can find in this world. Can you imagine if a few people got together to create a bunch of bases on one of these massive flying islands? I think that'd be a cool idea. I've managed to find a few more Cobblemon to serve as speed EV points fodder for Dent. And one by one we've increased his speed EV. We even fought this Golbat, and damn boy, what'd that tongue do? We were so close to the full number of speed EV points. Just a few more Cobblemon now and we'll be there. Strolling through the beautiful whatever biome this is, we found a few more Starlies, as well as another Golbat, which sadly was a little too much for Dent. So we made a little side stop at the Poké Center. The rest of the training was carried out in the spawn area, where we finally reached 252 speed EV points. Well done, Dent. You have done amazing. Now the only thing that's left is getting his level to 100. Let me just get my lucky egg. Here you go, Dent. Hold this. And don't eat it. It's not a midnight snack. Right, back to the ordinal hunting it is. I did find another NPC trainer, Sally, who I never fought as I completely missed her out. So, using Cherryboo, I've smacked her and her team up for the rare candy reward. I am happy there is so many Odinos spawning around the lobby. Makes grinding the levels a little easier. And I do like to see the numbers go up. I managed to get Dent to level 61 before time was up, and so I decided to say goodbye to everyone and continue on with training later on days 30 to 40. Days 30 and 40 were quite interesting, as unlike before, these were live streamed. You can rewatch the live stream if you'd like by clicking on the link in the description. If not, here's the summary. Yes, we're in the server, there's people here, there's a lot of people on tonight, which is good, because I was hoping it'd be busy tonight. There's a shiny Garchomp already. Hey buddy, it's called Mokka. It was very busy, extremely chaotic and incredibly amazing. At the start I've had a few keys for some crates that I wanted to open, but I kept getting distracted by awesome people continuously gifting me stuff. Oh, I got a Pokédex, sick. Thank you. How dare you all be this fantastic and nice to me. The players in this community also had so many amazing Cobblemon to show off. Oh my god, it's so tiny! A Celebi, that's not a traditional Celebi. That's a Cupid Celebi, isn't it? Hi buddy! Oh, you're so cute. I am amazed at the size of this. That's... Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow. That's just straight out of Monster Hunter, that is. Yo, that's so cool! Cobblemon species Spectrion. That is so cool. It's glowy. It's glowing. It's so cool. That is the ugliest, you know, when you have like a deformed... Okay, that is a very ugly Eevee. So apparently I've got a Gliscor now. Now, okay, that is cool. It's the Tanjiro Greninja. Oh, that's so cool. What? What? Someone had a massive Lugia, which happened to be my favorite legendary Pokemon. And while opening the rest of the crates with my leftover keys, this happened. Which I know you can get some really interesting things from here. Did everyone... Oh, did everyone just see that? I got a Lugia. That is definitely going to be the one legendary I'm going to be using. I've also continued being gifted some amazing Cobblemon and legendaries. How did this Zapdos appear in my inventory? Hey buddy. Aww, he's so cute. One of the players had a sentient aquarium whale, and they've used it to show off how large the Cobblemon models can truly get. Just go on. Whoa! Oh, that is certainly... Hold on, let me get mine back. Let's compare sizes. My one's smaller. And on the other end of the spectrum, we had a sentient bin lid. That's a bin lid, brother. That's a sentient bin lid. That's no lid, that's a fossil. That's a fossil. Nah, you're tripping, that's a bin lid. Oh, this is cute. It's called Pla. Hi, Pla. Nice to meet you, buddy. That is a beautiful Mimikyu. Getting back into the base, I've organized my inventory to put away some of the items which I got generously thrown at me. And continuing from there, we leveled up Dent to level 100 and got him his own held item. Well, that's what I wanted to do, but I got drafted into getting shown off a lot more different things once again. Whoa, that was huge. Okay, it took a whole second to register that. They are all so pretty. Wow. What I wanted to do was, I'm going to put this golden Magikarp away. It's beautiful. When I finally managed to get into the shop, I've settled on the Poison Barb as the item for Dent in order to help out his poison damage. Then we had a few conversations about some random subjects, which I found quite interesting. Ooh, Zekrom. You know what? Seeing that Zekrom, I'm gonna ask a hot topic, controversial question. Favorite Pokemon game from the main title, Actually, no, any favorite Pokemon games. I know everyone's showing off their Pokemon like a fashion show. It's great, isn't it? I love it. It's great. Alolan Raichu. Called Peanut. It's called Peanut. It's called Peanut. That is the cutest thing ever. That is so wholesome. That's so cute. It's holding a flower. Oh my god. Hello, Munchlax. Oh goodness, that's a big Steelix. And it's golden. It's made of gold. Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Okay. See, I absolutely despised the latest entries for Scarlet and Violet. I think conceptually they're really good. They're really good games conceptually, but execution-wise, they really, really flopped. Pokemon Gale of Darkness. I can't say I've heard of that one. Yeah, X and Y was good. X and Y was good for what it was. Sun / Ultra Sun because of how hard they are. Yeah, I think Sun and Ultra Sun, the enemy team in that was spectacularly written. What was it? Team Skull? Yeah, Team Skull. They were amazing. They were such a goofy, evil team, but I loved it. It was very, very good. Post-conversing, it was finally time to go ahead and start battling the other trainers. Little did I know how powerful everyone on this server was. Battle! Hey! Okay, starting with Blaziken. KFC Bucket, no! Is that that's a Mega Evolution. You Mega Evolved it. Close combat, yeah, that's it. Ooh! Dent! No way you held on! I can't even outspeed you, so I know I'm dead. But you're gonna die because of poison, so this is a draw. Yeah, I took down your Mega Evolution. Get scrapped! Get absolutely yoinked on. Leech Seed. You're immune to Leech Seed. Right, okay, go on. Finish it. Oh, defeat. Oh no, the defeat. Oh, good match, bro. Oh god, he's using the ugly Eevee. Extreme speed? I just got absolutely bullied. This match is not going how I wanted. Oh no. I got defeated by the ugly Eevee. Oh, that's a very pretty model. That is a very beautiful shade of black. This thing's a flying type, so this thing could probably whoop my ass really fast. Are you being kind to me because everyone defeated me so far, so you're going easy on me? You could easily use a flying type move and just absolutely wipe the floor with Cherry-Boo. Oh my goodness. I have there is a chance, there is a possibility of winning this. Yeah, flamethrower, that's gonna kill me. No, no. Almost, actually. Wait. There might be hope. There might be hope. Nope, critical hit. I'm wiped. I am wiped. Right, come on. Fight me! Oh, you're the one with Peanut. I did not make that connection. Oh, now I feel bad. I don't want to absolutely demolish Peanut. What just happened? Oh my god. This thing's a monster. I might have a bit of protection here, depending on what Peanut uses next. Okay, this is a good start. Yes! Okay, Peanut's down. Peanut's down. Okay, Lapras is an ice type, so this can go either way. I think this is a... Why did my Torterra just jump? Oh, who's messing around with the fishing rope? What are you doing, buddy? No! Okay, of course I fell asleep. Oh, that's so cute. I've never seen Cherry-Boo sleep. Thank you for letting me witness this. This is adorable. Right, now, back to the battle. Please wake up, Ice Beam. Yeah, I'm dead. GG. Good match. Good match. I'm on Union. If you wanna join me, I'm on the Union realm. Item frame map. Thank you. I'm going to put that up in my base. That's awesome. Is this a real Pokemon or is this a fake one? I can't even tell. Oh no. This creature has just raised its attack sharply twice in a row. There it is. Earthquake. Earthquake. Yeah, there it goes. And I've even built Cherry-Boo defensively. My bro, you've just sent out a cockroach. Them lashes though. God damn. What kind of bug is it? It's an eyelash bug. Look at them lashes on fleek. Boys! Boys! It took a few battles, but I finally managed to get my first win. I was super happy about it, but I'm sure I just got lucky. The battling continued for a little longer after this. Whoa! I think that's a little too big for the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I'm dead, but that's what I expected. I was surprised to see that I actually had the speed advantage on that one. Right. Earthquake. I took it down! I actually took it down! Oh, and now we're up against this. This is looking hopeful. If I can get one more hit in, I can actually win this. No, that was so close. Oh, where did you catch this one? This one's so cool. Oh, it glitches. No, yeah, I'm out. Nice one. Well done, Project Z. Well done, J-Play. After the Cobblemon battles, I got invited for a few mini-games. This included a few matches of Connect 4. No, you are not getting 4 that way. Not letting that happen. I'm thinking about this. You got me thinking. I am very competitive when it comes to strategy games like this. I think I won. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diagonal. GG. Yeah. Got ya. I've managed to win the first round. But the next round was a long battle of wits. Constantly attempting to catch each other out. And not letting the other one get away with their plans and tricks. Not letting you win that easy. Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't put it there. I ended up losing this one. But it was a well fun match. 4 out of 4 would play again. Our next game would be some color splash. Which was super fun. During the match, I've let Cherryboo go with Voxario, one of the super nice players on the server, to be slightly genetically modified to become a better version of itself. And yes, I would like to confirm that. Right, you better treat Cherryboo nicely. Oh, is it me? Okay. Nice one. Nice one, nice one, nice one. I'm gonna be a bit risky. Ah! Oh, Cherryboo's back, and he has a fancy Pokeball. Oh my goodness. Enjoy your upgraded Cherryboo. Thank you. Thank you, Voxario. That is amazing. It's huge. It's huge. Cherryboo, you've grown. No, I absolutely love that Pokeball. It fits Cherryboo's theme colors, I think. It's a very pretty ball. Can you turn Torterra into a desert with a cactus? I don't think so, but that is actually such a good idea. You can't do that, I don't think. No, it would be really cool if they had a desert Torterra, but I think it has to have a tree. I don't think a cactus classifies as a tree. Post edit note, it's not. I've looked it up. It has been a long match, but I've managed to win it. I was even handsomely rewarded. A netherite helmet and a plume fossil. I have no idea what this... So this is a full restoration data monitor. That's amazing. Need a Reno Nidoking plushie. Oh, this is awesome. That's going to be fun figuring that out. I think that's what I'm going to be doing on the next stream. It was now time to go and do a little bit of a tour around the different places and bases on this server. You have a Celebi in here. And you got dots. Of course you got dots. Oh my god, they're so cute. Gotta have the gorilla. That's a must-have. That's a really good team of grass types. That is really cute. This is a really good gym, man. Ah, so is this the battle? That's a really nice Pokeball battle arena, bro. And then Voxario, if you're still up for it, I'd definitely be willing to have that tour of that base. I want to see that lab again. See if there was anything new added. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. That is adorable. I'm gonna go play Paradise. You go, Bob. You go. You go play I got a tiny Darkrai. It's a baby Darkrai. He's not done growing up yet. They shoved him into the loot table before he was done growing. That is the cutest thing ever. Ah, there it is. The desert. And there's the lab. That's where I got stuck. That's where I fell in a hole and I couldn't get out. Right. Welcome back. Go on. Give me a tour. Oh, wow. That wasn't here before. That's a whole new structure. And that Nautilus shell? God damn, boy. That's a good Nautilus shell. Wow. A lot of Megastones. That is a lot of Megastones. This is like a collector's dream. So what is, what's all this? What am I looking at here? Future Pokemon Claw Machine. Alright, okay. Okay, got ya. Oh, I love that bar. That is a good bar. What do you want? Tyrant Nuggets, fried Archeons. Amber's Delight. That's screaming me. Amber's Delight. Not really sure. That's a shiny X-Wing. Okay. So it is a drone. It's basically a drone. It's a Star Wars thing. Right, okay. I'm not the biggest on Star Wars. I'm more of a Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter kind of guy. That's my area of expertise, that is. What Hogwarts house? I'm gonna give you... Have a guess. Have a guess which one I am. Ravenclaw. Nah, Yeah, you got it, Hufflepuff. That's me. What house are you on, Ansika? I'm gonna say, because you guessed Ravenclaw, that you are actually Ravenclaw, aren't you? Yeah, let me show you where I got stuck before. This gremlin of a hole. Yeah, I'm not jumping in there. I don't know if I'll get out. How long did it take to dig all of this out? 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, that's not too bad. I suppose if you're using like a fully enchanted stuff, then yeah. Ooh, you actually got fossils now. That wasn't here before. Oh, relic coin. Okay, I have no idea what this is, but thank you. Pick any plushie. Oh my god, are you sure? I'd love that fortress. I'm getting the full-on princess treatment on this stream. Goodness. Thank you so much for that. Oh, are we heading to the roof? Is there going to be like a roof garden? A roof battle arena. Yo, that's amazing. Yo. That's huge. Okay, that one's good. I love how this one looks. Oh, there is its face, so it was backwards. Hey, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry for looking at you. That's awesome. This place is amazing. And I think with that, I am going to end the stream. And that was it for the stream. We've reached day 40, and it was now time to log off, rest, and prepare for reaching the midpoint. Days 40 to 50. To begin these, I've gone ahead to cash in some of the vote keys which I've collected. I've won a bunch of different types of Pokeballs. Some Cobblemon, which I wasn't really a fan of, and so I've just, released them back into nature. I got a few diamonds too, which was nice, and also some battle items, which are always welcome. I've also had a trainer key, which yielded me some claim blocks, 2 elite keys, which got me some dosh and some more Pokeballs, and then from the last key, the mystic key, I got some training supplies for special defense. The server must have heard my complaints about training that EV stat. Next on the agenda of small jobs to finish is to fully EV train the Lugia, which I've obtained on my last stream. It is the one legendary I'm going to keep on my team, as it's my favorite legendary. In the middle of her training, however, I was contacted by one of the Union Realm players called Corey. And Corey said they had a surprise for me. Yep, a shiny Glaceon. You all know my opinions on Glaceon, so you can probably guess that I've happily accepted it. I wasn't sure what to name it, and so I've asked everyone on the server to help out. And the name for this Glaceon was decided to be Popsicle. Welcome to the team, Popsicle. May you one day become a worthy rival to the great Peanut. Now, in order to continue Lugia's training, we require a desert and a Cobblemon within it. Lucky for us, I had a teleport marker to the base of Team Paleo, who make their home in the desert. Once at the location, it was smooth sailing. A few Cobblemon battles here, a few sand/genocides there, and Lugia had its defense stat maxed out in no time. Next to where I was training, I found this Darkrai plushie. It reminded me of that tiny one I got on stream. It was so small. With Lugia fully trained up, it was now time to begin something pretty damn fun. Team Paleo has invited me to join them, and I've very much accepted. I've received a plot of land to build on, and decided that it was time to move out of the cave which I've called home so far. No more Mr. Caveman-diah. It was now time to join up with the accomplished group of archaeology and paleontology enthusiasts. But in order to belong, I needed a base which fit the new status. Something on theme. And so I've begun measuring my space and planning my structure. I've decided to create a massive dinosaur skull as the entrance to my base. As I'm not the best at building something like this, I found a YouTube tutorial of a really pretty one which fit right into my measured dimensions. The link to the tutorial will be included in the description in case you'd like a skull of your own. While building the skull, I stopped for a second to stare at the night sky, as the galaxy glow was very powerful that night. It was very fascinating and very pretty. Popsicle also liked it very much. The tutorial was quite helpful, showing me how to build the skull layer by layer, so the building process of this did not take long at all, and the result of it was beyond satisfactory. Look at it, look how good it looks. Those are some good bony curves. That is one attractive skull if I say so myself. The one thing the tutorial included was leaves at the back of the skull. At first, I was gonna add them, just like in the video, and so I went out and shaved some trees. Ultimately though, I decided against the back neck leaves for the skull, and I've ended up using them for 3 massive palm trees instead. These were a hassle to make. I completely forgot how much of a torturous process it is to build structures like trees in survival. They turned out, good enough. I didn't really enjoy building them, so I was happy I was done. I needed a break from building, so I've decided to accept an invitation I got earlier from Drago, inviting me over to come have a look at the small town he was building as his base. In the process of the tour, he gifted me a shulker box. This was very welcome, as it got me extra storage for my building materials. As for Drago's town, It was very cute, very cozy. I really liked this lighthouse, mainly because the sky view at the top of it was quite enchanting. It reminded me of an observatory. Almost inspiring, actually. Ansika stopped by, and turns out she was building a town as well. So, we went there to have a look at what she had going on, and oh boy, there was a lot. The amount of individual detail in the structures. You could tell a lot of time and dedication was put into this town. I took some building notes as well, cause, like, this place had so many good ideas for builds. Once the tour concluded, it was back to building for me. I thought it'd be quite nice looking for there to be like a lake around the skull. Well, a little pond more like. So I've dug out a shape in the ground, a big U shape. I added glass at the bottom as I'd like it to be connected to the top of my base under the ground. Next I added some moss around the pond to give it that lively greenery of a tiny oasis in a sea of sand. While taking a little food break, I've got messaged by Air, asking if I'd like a cool Cobblemon to my collection. My curiosity got the better of me, and so I've accepted, and received a Mario Blue Shell War Turtle, which are apparently very rare, as they are no longer obtainable on the server, since they got removed from the key crate you could have got them in before. So I was essentially in possession of a mega rare collector's item, possibly illegal. Cool. Back to the build at hand, I've gone ahead and filled up the pond with water, and decorated it to make it look more lush and alive, using seagrass, sea pickles, normal grass and ferns, then some small azalea trees and also small stone buttons as rocks. I was very happy with the final product, but now it was time to start doing the underground. The main part of the base, the part I was actually gonna live in. Digging it all out took a while, especially since I was building underneath sand, which was fun. But while digging, much like our predecessors used to do, I came across a room. I wasn't sure what this mystery underground box was, and why it was underneath my plot of land, and so I've messaged Voxario, one of the main Team Paleo members, and the person who gave us a tour of the premises on the last stream, to see what this funny underground secret bunker was all about. And apparently it was just the remnants of an old base belonging to someone who no longer plays on the server. Well, their loss. I've managed to retrieve a head out of it, which is once again a very rare object, as these are impossible to obtain on the server naturally without the help of an admin, if I understand it correctly. So this was quite the find. I've continued on with the hollowing out of the underground, creating space for my living quarters, and simultaneously slowly adding a ceiling to the base to hold all of the new sand placed on top of it. It was coming along nicely, until it wasn't. I wasn't too much of a fan of the ceiling, and once I've put the walls in there, it just did not look right. Honestly, I was getting quite frustrated at this point, and it probably didn't help that I was tired too. So I've decided I was going to leave it alone for the night, and continue with it the next day. I went straight to bed, ended up sleeping almost 12 hours, woke up absolutely glowing and inspired, and hopped right back onto Cobbleland. I tore down the entirety of the wall, the entirety of the ceiling, and went ahead and completely redesigned the entire idea of this underground room. I've changed up the material palette which I will be using to build, and starting with the ceiling, it was already looking a lot better than it did previously. Time for the walls now. I've gone ahead and made them out of a combination of yellow terracotta and yellow concrete, which turned out amazing when put in this wavy wallpapery pattern. I chose yellow as yellow is my favorite color, and it's a very happy color. I like it. Now it was time for the ground. I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the ground, but I felt pretty good with how everything was going so far. So I just trusted my creative skill with this one. While setting up the ground pattern, the sun hit just right for the blue god rays to come through the ceiling puddle. It was very atmospheric, almost like visual ASMR. Finishing up the floor, I've created this very simple round pattern, added some stairs to be able to enter and leave the base, and fixed up the overground by refilling it all with the sand that fell into my base while I was fixing the ceiling. So, the basic room was now complete. What next? Well, if I am to fully move into this place from my old base, the number one thing I am going to need is 100% a storage room. And so I've begun working on that. I dug out a section of the ground in order to lower it down for more vertical space, and for the walls, since I wanted to keep on theme, I added a suitable shade of brown, red, yellow terracotta. As a room divider, I've added these fences, making it look like one of them climby ropes you see on a pirate ship. To sell that look a little more, I've added some chains, making it look like they're holding it up, as well as tied a lantern onto it, a plant next to it for decoration, and finally some leaves, because they looked good. And I mean, I was pretty happy with the result. And on the last day, to finish off, I've created the actual storage area, which then served to clean up the chests of stuff around the base which I was using to store building materials. And so, our new base was now officially complete. Well, sort of. It was ready to be lived in, but it still needed a few bits added to it to make it feel a bit more homely. Days 50 to 60 were another stream. I begun by showing off the base, which I've been working hard on, as I was very proud of how it came out. After this, I've gone ahead and explored a new area which I was not aware existed. A type of gym leader hall. It was very pretty and allowed us to familiarize ourselves with the current cast of gym leaders on the server. I was made aware that it was a little outdated and it needs a little rework, but overall it served its purpose well. After this, I've gone ahead to do a little bit of studying about the gym rules. There was a few, but once I got the base understanding down, it wasn't too difficult to slowly begin building the team of 6 Pokemon to use during this stream. And the 2 Pokemon I've chosen to fill up the empty spaces in my team are Metagross and Gliscor. Now, of course, we need to perfect these boys so that they are ready for battle. So after a little Cobblemon showcase, we begun by training all of our Pokemon to level 100. I was stashing away some rare candies and XP candies, so this part took literal minutes. Cyber gave us some little gifts in shape of Pokebuilder tokens, which are very valuable, so thank you, Cyber. Once the team was fully maxed up on levels, it was time to continue their training by maxing out their stats and fixing their natures. Cyber came in extremely helpful once again by letting me use a lot of his spare training items which he has collected over the time, making this process incredibly easy. For Popsicle, we have gone ahead and maxed out his speed and special attack, and we've changed his nature to modest via a mint. Next up was Metagross. For this one, I've maxed out his attack so that he can hit proper hard. And for the rest of his points, I've split them 2/3 into health and 1/3 into special defense, to balance his defensive stats a little more. For his nature, I've changed it to adamant. After grilling alive some Tetley tea, it was time to fix up Gliscor. For this one, I was going proper simple with some attack and speed points, as well as an adamant nature to further push the attack stat. Now that our Pokemon team was built up stat-wise, I had to fix up their moves. Don't want to go into battle without a good moveset. For Popsicle, I've decided on Swift as the basic attack, Water Pulse as a fire counter, Blizzard as a strong attack, and Hail as a power-up, as Popsicle's ability allows him to be more evasive during a hailstorm. For Metagross, it was Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash as his basic Iron-type moves, Hammer Arm as a strong fighting type move, and then Explosion as a last resort of attack, once I know it's all over. Moving on to Gliscor, I of course put on Sword Stance as a power-up move, then Thunderfang because this Gliscor was a special one, making its type electric, so it should have a good electric type move. X-Scissor because that's just an amazing move, and Crab Hammer because he does have massive claws, so might as well put them to use. Now the only thing that's left is battle items. So it's time to go shopping! For Popsicle, I originally wanted to go with the sparkly powder item thingy, as it would have raised its evasiveness even more, which, combining that with the hail ability, would have been amazing. But sadly, the item is not approved for the gym challenges, so I've settled for Never Melt Ice instead. For Gliscor, because I wanted its attack stat to go as high as possible, I gave it the Life Orb, raising damage output in exchange for receiving a little damage every time we attack. And lastly, for Metagross, I've given him the Assault Vest, raising his special defense by 50%, but allowing him to only do physical moves, which works out perfectly for Metagross. Right, now that we we have a fully battle-ready team, it's time to do some fighting. By doing /gyms, I was able to look at all of the gyms and challenge any one of them. So of course, the first one I've decided to go for was the grass type, because it was none other than Cyber. In traditional Pokemon fashion, we had to solve some puzzles, aka a gym challenge, before we were able to fight the gym leader. And task number 1 was to find a lost elevator key outside the gym. It took me a few minutes, but after a few hints, I found the key on some moss in the small forest, allowing us to use the elevator and continue on to the second half of the gym challenge. This was a simple puzzle requiring us to figure out the password. I like this one more than the first one. Finishing this has earned us the right to fight the first gym, and it was very intense. And so it begins. Right, let me see what I can do here. Let's do focus energy. Let's do poison jab. Let's see what happens now. Oh wow, okay. Let's go with Toxic Spikes then. Rock Blast. That did nothing. Mega Horn. Let's go. It missed. No, why would you miss? Oh, you missed as well. Critical hit. There we go. But I am dead. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. Oh, dent. I feel like Gliscor is going to be able to do a little bit of damage. Yes, it missed. It missed. Let's go. X scissors. Did you... You changed your Pokemon? How could you do that? Yes! 1 down, boys! We're 1 down! Okay, we're back on equal footing, kind of. Seviper, now this guy's fancy. This is gonna be a rough one. Obviously, you're trying to outspeed me. That is very obvious. Oh no! Quick, wake up! Gliscor, no! Wake up! So now you're gonna power up. Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. Okay, okay. Right, I'm gonna need to tank this head on. Metagross. Let's go Meteor Mash. Oh no, it's Pla. Yeah, it's very pretty, Cyber. That Serperior is very damn pretty. Oh, that was bad. I'm starting to get slightly worried, I'm not gonna lie. Popsicle, let's go. No. Right. Luigi. Let's go, Luigi. Legendary versus Legendary. Oh, 1 hit. No. That's bad. That's rough. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to win this one. Okay, we didn't die on the first one. But yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to win this one. Yeah. Oh, GG. Cyber was indeed holding the title of a gym leader for a good reason. I really enjoyed the fight, even if I was completely trashed. The next challenger to take on Cyber was Dragoo, who did a little better than me, but ultimately resulted in a loss as well. The third challenger was Ansika, the owner of Peanut, and oh wow, this was one hell of a battle. Ansika might actually win. Another spider insect! Oh, that's a big one. That's a big boy. Oh, that's so pretty. Fluff butt. And that decides the match. Cyber won once again. GG. Oh, the unbeatable grass gym leader, man. I decided to go ahead and fight Dragoo now. Hey! Sorry, Cyber, we're just gonna steal your arena for a second. So I have the speed advantage, which is good to know. Let's just go with Mega Horn, see if I hit. I did hit. It didn't do much damage. So 100% dent is down, yeah. What's gonna be good against this one? So let's just go with Luigi, yeah? Right, let's go Aeroblast. Almost. Let's go Aeroblast again. I can get this. Yes! Ooh, Gengar. Okay, I know what you're going for. Oh, 6% HP. Oh, he's got leftovers. That's why I didn't even notice. Yeah, okay. Okay, Gengar down. Gengar down, boys. And Hydro Pump. Let's go. Oh, that did not do anywhere near as much damage as I thought it would. That did a lot of damage, though. Whoa! Quick, do I have enough speed to recover? Yeah, 2%. That was a clutch. Quick, Aeroblast it. Oh, that's not doing that much damage. This thing is tanky. Oh, there goes Lugia. Let's see, can I knock you out as fast as possible? Yes! Yes! I can't believe that worked out so well, with a critical hit as well. The RNG gods are in my favor if I survive whatever. Yeah, Gliscor is immune. Ha! It's still a flying type, not just an electric. You fool! You got fooled. Now Crabhammer. Attack. And it's done. Yes, yes. I can win this, Dragoo. Oh no. It's down, boys. It's down. Absolutely demolished. Corey. This one might bring it down. The Koraidon. This might be what breaks it. Ooh, right, okay. Ooh, Gliscor, come back to me, baby. Let's see if Cherrywood can tank this. Okay, okay, this might work out. Yes! Yes! GG! And of course, we gotta complete the matchup and have a fight with Ansika. Oh! It's Peanut! The ever-feared Peanut. Oh, I am so sorry. Oh! I am so sorry, Ansika. That was just disrespect. Oh no! You've murdered Peanut. I do not feel good about this, but it's what must be done. Oh. Oh, I've just died. Well, I suppose that's revenge. That's 1 for 1. Let's go with Metagross. Oh. Oh, it's dead. Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I expected. Please, Gliscor, kill. No, that was so bad. I have unleashed the full wrath of Ansika for killing Peanut. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this. No, yeah, there he goes. I knew that was going to happen. Popsicle clutch, please. Oh, no Popsicle. Oh, Dent. Quick, poison jab. I'm getting absolutely trashed. Luigi. Luigi, please. Quick, Air Blast it. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my god, this thing, you just will not die. Oh. Oh. I am so sorry. Here, I'll put the fries in the bag, man. That was a relentless victory for Ansika. Now that the battling is over, it's time to go back to her base and set up some machinery. It's been a while since the release of the Fossil Cobblemon update, and I've not had a chance to test it out yet. So I thought I'd go ahead and assemble the Fossil Analyzer and figure out how to use it. It took a little bit of help from the others, but I've managed to get it analyzing. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cute. That's very cute. So now, I'm guessing I just shove the fossil in there. Okay, so that did something. 64 of any organic item. Okay, I probably have moss. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Leg. Leg? Can't wait for my leg-type Pokemon to be complete. In the meantime, and for the rest of the stream, I've decided to go ahead and challenge a few more gym leaders that were online on the server. The first one, well, second one, I've decided to go for was Ollie, the flying-type gym leader. And of course, the gym challenge was parkour. This went just about how you'd expect. This might take me a little while, but I'll get there. Next time I fall, I'm so dead. I'm dead. I'll get to the top. Just give me an hour. Or a little longer. But I'll get there eventually. Don't you worry. How am I supposed to do this? There's so many corners. Oh, I'm making such good progress. I did it. I can see you. What? Almost there. I'm here. That was really cool. Now give me my battle. I've made it to the top and it was now time to battle. Oh, a Gliscor. I've got one as well. Rightio. Toxic Spikes. Let's go. Begin. Fight. Let's go over that poison jab. Oh, yeah. Right, Gliscor versus Gliscor. Let's go. Sword stance. I should have attacked. I'm not going to be able to outspeed it. Yep, that's 2 down. That's 2 down for me. Oh, no. Metagross. Let's see if I can make a dent in this thing with a Metagross. Oh, no. Luigi, please. Please, Luigi. Save me. Hydro Bump. Ooh. We're making progress. Yes! 1 is down. Colgate. Oh, that's so cute. Recover. Oh, but I flinched. Come on. No, and it has a speed advantage. It's gonna win now. Oh, Lugia's down. Okay. Right, let's change it to hail. Right, blizzard. Yes! Oh! Okay. Ooh, an Aerodactyl, that's so cool. Oh, no, Popsicle, no. Well, Cherryboo, you're up. I'm not sure how much damage you're going to be able to do, but we'll try our best. Okay, but I am so dead the next round. Oh my, yeah, I am dead. Oh, yep. I have once again lost a gym battle. However, I was very proud of myself for managing to take down half of the team. Following this, I got temporarily stuck in heaven, and gym leader Ollie and the leader of Team Goober decided to rescue me via resuscitation, after which I was placed in cat prison. I very much got goobered. There was also a secret room containing more cats. Once I was generously let out of the cage, I had a nice little tour around the Goober HQ to see how it was coming along since I visited it last. The next gym I decided to challenge was the ground gym, and unlike the first two gyms, I had some issues with the gym challenge here and needed quite a bit of further explanation and guidance. I see a book. Okay, so I'm gonna have a guess. I don't see any other holes, so I'm gonna guess it's there. Ah! I will find this maze. Maze, hello, where are you? I'm currently doing the challenge of air, and like this maze is amazing. I'm already lost. So I think I'm doing really well. I'm in the maze. I just need to actually find out where I need to go. I'll figure it out. Hold on. Right, so there is going to be a hole somewhere. So a hole. No, not here either. I think I see it. Ha-ha! Now that I was in the maze, it was time for pain to begin. It may have taken me a while, but at last I have finally found a way out. And therefore I now qualify for the gym battle against Air, the ground type gym leader. It is time to battle. Oh god, no, not another Gliscor. Let's synthesize. Oh, another one. Right, you're going one after another. Right, there goes the Sandstorm. That's good. You really like switching Pokemon. Oh no, that's a force switch. Oh, that was powerful. Another swap. You've got a tactic. Boink! Little boink! Oh no. Yeah, that's right, take that. I ain't playing these games. I'm determined. I am going to... This is going to be the first gym battle I win, watch. Oh, come on, stop missing. Just hit the Hydro Pump, man. Just hit the Hydro Pump. Oh, and it didn't even do that much damage. This is a battle of willpower. You keep making me flinch. Stop that. Oh, here we go. We got a Pokemon change. Okay, okay, okay. Nice. That's another one down. I think that's it for Luigi. Yeah. Luigi down. I repeat, Luigi down. Right, back to Cherryboo. Oh, there's that Sandstorm again. Alfredo! This one's going to be dangerous. If I don't get rid of this one immediately, this one's going to be bad. This is the dangerous one. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Gliscor, go. Oh, Popsicle. Any chance? And I'm down. I am down. Oh, that was a good match, man. Well done. Losing this battle has genuinely made me feel a little sad, because it was the only fight out of the 3 of the gyms where I felt like I've actually done really well. And I could have actually won had I done some slightly different decisions during the fight. I suppose I'll be able to apply this knowledge if I challenge Air next time in the future. For the next and last challenge, I decided to go with Leafy, the book-type gym leader. And I'm gonna be honest, my brain must have been shutting down because I had no idea what I was supposed to do for this challenge, or if I actually did it correctly. All I know is that I got to the gym and I got to fight. So Leafy, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. Now, moving on, time to fight. Now then, Queen Plasma level 100. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Right, let's set up a hail. Never mind, let's not set up a hail. Let's go with Metagross. Oh, no way it had a focus slash. Okay. So now I need to kind of outspeed it somehow, don't I? Let's go with Luigi and Aeroblast it. There we go. That's that one down. Okay. We're 1-1. Whoa. That's a weird looking. That's a goblin from World of Warcraft, my guy. And let's once again go Air Blast. Oh, we held on. No way, I just missed. Oh, that is so unlucky. That was so unlucky. Let's try Sword Stance. And I'm out. not even a match. They were not kidding when they said that you are super powerful. Oh, 2 hits down. My last Pokemon. Cherry Boo. Oh, so close. So close. I think I should have gone Torterra from the very beginning. Maybe this battle would have ended up differently if I had. Leech Seed, let's go. Oh, wow. Oh, GG. I was warned about Leafy being a very powerful gym leader, and no kidding, I got my ass wiped. I didn't stand a chance. Ugh, GG. Days 60 to 70 were nice, slow, and relaxing to begin with. Excuse my voice, by the way, I'm currently full of diseases. I spend them finishing up moving all the rest of my stuff from the old base, doing a little bit more organization. I've built a few little decorational box shelves for my crafting stations and furnaces. I added a nice little shelf above my fossil analyzer to make it look nice and pretty. I've also put together a nice little garden so that I don't have to worry about mints. I'll be able to use this to grow other things too if I need to. I added some decorations around it to make it look nice and homely too. Continuing on from there, I made a nice little table to fill up the space, but I did want to make it have at least a little bit of purpose, so I've decided to add convenience to it. It's been a little grating, always having to run to the Poké Center to access my Ender Chest or to heal my Pokemon, so I've decided to craft an Ender Chest and put it next to my new table, as well as a PC and a healing machine. I had everything I needed for it except honey, but Ansika came in clutch with some honey bottles, so thank you Ansika, love you boo. The next goal on my agenda is that I've really wanted a Mega Evolution, and the one Pokemon in my team that could Mega Evolve was Metagross, so that was the one I was going to go for. To prepare, I went out to look for some lapis to enchant my diamond pickaxe. This didn't take long as I found some right outside my old base. Getting down with the sickness, bro. Lucky me, I made my first base on the ground. I got some decent enchantments too. Now it was time to go off to the nether. I used the good old nether portal at Demi's base. The reason was I needed some netherite as it was a required ingredient in the crafting process of the Mega Evolution bracelet. This was an interesting process as, believe it or not, I've never actually looked for netherite in Minecraft. This was the first time. And so I've used the most popular strategy used for netherite farming, that being the border chunk bed explosion strategy. It was quite fun. I've enjoyed the process, and it didn't take too long for me to get 8 netherite scraps, which was the amount I needed for the bracelet. I was even gifted the Necronomicon by Ansika during my expedition. No idea what I'll use this for yet, but with a powerful artifact like this Book of the Dead, I'm sure I'll figure something out in the future. Now that I had my 2 netherite ingots, there was only one leftover ingredient I required: the Metagross Mega Evolution Stone. This was going to be a pain in the behind to acquire, mainly since Mega Evolution Stones are very rare. There's a limited way of acquiring them, which is not cheap, and all of those ways give a random result. So it's impossible to get specifically one that you are aiming for. In addition to that, most people treat these stones as highly priced collectibles, and so most are very unwilling to part with them. Lucky for me, I got a lead on one. Voxario mentioned he might have one he wouldn't mind giving me, but after double checking, he didn't. The only other lead I've had on it was Ollie, the flying type gym leader. However, he requested another mega stone I did not have in my possession as a trade, so sadly, for now, obtaining the Metagross stone is going to have to be put on hold. I've decided to log off for the night. However, when I came back the next day, I had a little surprise waiting for me. Turns out that the spawn was updated during the night, and it was now a lot bigger. I gotta say, I'll miss the Eevee statue, but other than that, this new spawn looks fantastic. There are these stalls with really cute Funko Pops and plushies, including a Glaceon plushie, which was super cute. I also had a little look around at all the really cool new buildings, as well as all the new daily and weekly trainers who were now quite abundant. While doing this, the server decided to go for a light restart and we were all flung into the air, which
That was an experience. When coming back, I wanted to do something in the Nether, when all of a sudden Demi happened to appear on the server after a long while. I'm guessing he wanted to come have a look at the new spawn area as well. But I immediately jumped on this chance to challenge him to a rematch. I needed revenge for back when he absolutely slaughtered Little Nutmeg. And revenge I shall have, as Demi actually accepted my challenge. The crowd had gathered, and as it was time to begin the battle, Vox spiced it up by offering a reward to whoever the victor was. And so I've sent out my no longer Nutmeg, now Cherryboo. A beautiful enormous cherry tortterra. And just as predicted, Demi sent out Gibby, his powerhouse of a Garchomp that took Nutmeg down long ago. The battle begun and no punches were held back. Gibby had the speed advantage and attacked first with Fire Fang, damaging my Pokemon but also receiving damage thanks to the rocky helmet on Cherryboo, who retaliated with Leech Seed to set up passive healing. Gibby once again tried to go with Fire Fang, but ended up taking a wood hammer straight to the face, then getting his last little bit of help sapped by Leech Seed. Cherryboo's personal revenge was complete, and now it was time to win the battle and bring it home. Demi sent out Hot Stuff, who badly poisoned Cherryboo. It was not over just yet, however, as I've managed to get my big tree boy to heal up using Synthesis. I tried to counter the poison damage by setting up Leech Seed and healing again. However, I should have gone full offensive instead, as Cherryboo was taken out in the next round. It was now time for Metagross. He managed to do a little bit of damage to Hot Stuff, but ultimately got taken down by the flamethrower. Time for the tank. I've sent out Luigi and he got Hot Stuff out with a full throttle hydro pump. He did suffer poison, however. Demi's next Pokemon was Moby. I wasn't sure what this one was capable of, so I had Luigi go with a Calm Mind to power up. Moby opted for full aggro with an ice attack, which was quite effective on Luigi. I've managed to get Luigi to do some damage, but it was wiped out in the next turn because of an attack and poison combo. I knew that since defense didn't work, it was time to go full on the offensive with Gliscor. Using Thunderfang, I thought I'd had Moby out of the ring, but it held on with 3% HP, which was just unlucky for me. After which it fell to sleep and fully recovered. I decided this was an amazing opportunity to power up Gliscor, and so I took it up with Swords Dance. Demi switched out to a little level 38 Munchlax, which I assume he might have forgotten to swap out. However, this was a chance to power up Gliscor to the fullest with another Swords Dance. An enemy's mistake is my advantage. Munchlax was taken out in the next turn. Leaf Blower was next, but with a powered up Gliscor, this was over with a single X-Scissor. Demi's last Pokemon, now being Moby, who was asleep, it was an instant win for myself and Gliscor with another X-Scissor, declaring me the winner and finally being able to close the chapter within my book of adventures on this Cobbleland server. And also, as promised, Voxario gave me a reward for winning this battle, which was a Groudon. Following this, I had a few more battles with the people around the server. I lost all of them. But I've seen some really cool Pokemon, including a Mega Evolved Blaziken, which was really cool. The last battle of the day was with Voxario himself. We battled on top of the museum, on the roof arena, and I'm not gonna lie, this felt like I was fighting the final boss way too early into the game. I got my ass whooped. I thought I did well until Vox said he's actually gone very easy on me, which, well, it just goes to show there are some absolute overpowered monsters on this server. Vox and most of the gym leaders being a beautiful example. On day 70 to 80, I remembered something I forgot to show you. Remembered the leg fossil? Well, here's the Pokemon I got out of that. It's an Archon. Very cute type of chicken Pokemon. Now then, to begin, I have made my mind up. I really want a Mega Evolution, and I really wanted to Mega Evolve Metagross. However, I must admit defeat, cause there is no way I'm getting my hands on a Metagrossite. So, we're gonna work backwards instead. I had a look at what Pokemon I had Mega Evolution Stones for, and I've decided to go for the Mawile. I've had no idea where to catch one, so I've checked up with the community to see if anyone had one for sale, and Monturin went ahead and gifted me one. Thank you very much, dude. Now it was time to train it up. We of course wanted it to be battle ready before we even consider Mega Evolving it. Starting off with the easiest parts, we changed Mawile's nature to Adamant for that extra attack. Next up was levels. As always, I've had some XP candy saved up, so it only took about 30 seconds to get this girl boss to level 100. I've also bought some moves for her to customize her moveset. Want to make sure Spicy knows how to obliterate the opposition. Oh yeah, I've named her Spicy. I thought that was cute. All that's left now was the annoying EV training. So let's get started, I guess. To train the attack stat first, I required the Pokemon in a jungle. Thankfully, Ray was near a jungle and allowed me to teleport to her, so that saved me tons of time looking for one. Now it was just about killing Mankeys, Bellsprouts, and the occasional Spinarak to buff up that attack stat. While grinding up the numbers, I got invited to see Hatsune Miku performing live alongside a tiny Glaceon. Which, yeah, that was pretty cool. Once we were done with the attack, it was time to train up speed. So I've gone ahead and changed Spicy's held item for max speed EV gain, and then ran around everywhere taking out all kinds of Pokemon for the EV points. With this one, I've only gone up to 166 with the rest of the points going to health for tactical reasons. Spicy was now fully EV trained, meaning it was time to test out her Mega Evolution. I've given her the Mega Stone, found the first victim, and oh man, look at that. We finally got ourselves a Mega Pokemon. And how cool does she look? Spicy, you look fantastic. Now, next goal on the agenda is something that was added not too long ago, a fusion Pokemon. The fusion system is quite new, so there isn't a lot of Pokemon available yet. But the ones that are quite pretty. In order to get started, I needed the DNA Splicer, which turned out to be quite expensive, requiring 3 netherite ingots and 1 nether star. The nether star was quite easy as I was able to purchase it from the shop. It did cost me 100,000, but thankfully I hoard wealth since I have nothing else to spend it on at the moment. So I was able to afford it. As for the netherite ingots, I really didn't want to go back to the nether to dig for them. But luckily Voxario saved me the hassle and gave me some free of charge. He's great, this one. He's also shown me a special type of tortterra, a Valentine's tortterra. It was pretty cute. It had a heart on its ass, which, like, girl, me too. Now then, using all the ingredients, I've acquired the DNA Splicer, which allowed me to have a look at the list of available Pokemon fusions. Side note, by the time this video goes up, there will likely be more of them than you can see right now. All of these fusions looked cool, but the one I really wanted was this one. It was featured on the promotional image when this feature was announced, and it just looked really cool in that image, so I really wanted it. It required an Alolan Vulpix and a Butterfree, so it was time to go on a hunt in a snowy biome. Now, I do not over-exaggerate when I say this took me almost 2 hours of running around in circles, waiting for this white schmuck to spawn in. And when it did, it was like euphoria. I captured that sucker with a quick ball, and I was so happy that I didn't have to run in that stupid circle anymore. Now it was time to grab a Butterfree, and this one was gonna be easy. I just randomly teleported, abducted a random Caterpie that was minding its own business, peer pressured it to evolve, then merged its mortal vessel with the Alolan Vulpix, and... Huh, that looks weird. This is giving me strongly mixed feelings. I wanna like it, I really do, but there's something about it which radiates sadness? I don't know, something feels off. It looked a lot cooler on the poster, but still, it's our first fusion Pokemon in our collection, so I can't complain. I brought it to the Mew Butterfree fusion to see how they look together, and yeah, I can vibe with this. This was cool. On days 80 to 90, I wanted to do something big, so enjoy my build montage as I explain. I am almost at the end of my 100 days now, and I can't deny, my hips don't lie, I have had so much fun on this server. I feel like I got integrated into the community flawlessly. Everyone on the server is always super friendly and super helpful. 10 points to not Gryffindor, but the community of Cobbleland. So, because my 100 days on the server are almost over, I wanted to do something big, meaningful. Something that would, in a way, give back to the community while simultaneously creating a sort of landmark memento that people can visit, look at, and be like, oh yeah, Sebbediah built this as his contribution to the server during his 100 days. At first, I wasn't sure what it was that I wanted to do, so I started brainstorming, and this is what I've come up with. The Torterra Garden. My favorite starter Pokemon is Torterra. Easily, hands down. I mean, Cherryboo has been with me since the very beginning of the journey and he's become one hell of a powerhouse of a Pokemon. And with the special treatment in the form of multiple biome forms that Torterra received in Cobblemon from the devs, I thought, why don't I go ahead and build a massive garden, collect all of the different Torterra forms in vanilla Cobblemon plus those available on this server, and house them on free roam, on display, in this garden. That would be my little piece of memorabilia, my mark that I leave behind on this server. And so that is exactly what I did. As an official member of Cobbleland's Team Paleo, me and the team owners picked out a spot next to the main base that I've cleared out and started building on. Because the team theme is very archaeology based, I wanted the garden to have an oomph of that desert vibe, that flavor of flute which makes the snakes dance. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So when designing the garden, that is precisely what I've tried to keep in mind, and I gotta say, I think I didn't do too bad. It came out really well. I am super proud of the result. But of course, this isn't a Torterra garden without Torterras. Before I continue the main storyline, there are a few side quests I've decided to partake in. For example, collecting the new plushies, which include the entire cast of the Evolutions. I think I got about half of them, and I'd love to get the other half before I finish this video, but I doubt I'll be able to do that because of how rare they are. I've also visited a little cafe, which was super cute. Being inside it reminded me of them pink wafer bars. I said that to the owner, but I don't think he was amused by that statement. Ansika invited me to have a look at some of his collections, and bro, the amount of plushies he had. Yeah, that's definitely a very impressive collection. It was nice to see the progress of his town too. Lastly, I participated in a raid, which is one of the new features recently added onto the server. We didn't manage to defeat the Giratina, but meh. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Now it was time to go ahead and collect the Torterras. This would have been a painful process of breeding and hatching little Turtwigs. However, as it turns out, Darius, Ansika and Voxario have already gone and done the hard part for me, having collected not only the right amount of Torterras, but evolving them all into their correct forms. Thank you, you three. Saved me a couple hours of work there. With this, the garden was ready. Except I had one more thing to do before these 10 days were over. I did a live stream with a sort of a fundraiser giveaway in order to celebrate the construction and the opening of the Torterra garden. I wanted all of the 10 different Torterra forms to be shiny in order for them to gain the cool colors. But of course, I wouldn't be able to shiny all of the Torterras on my own, as one single shinying costs about 1.5k Pokebuilder coins, which is very expensive. In all my time on the server, I've only managed to amass around under 5,000, which I'd need 10k more just to get all the big guys turned sparkly and pretty colors. So instead, I put together a chest of cosmetic and loot keys, with each person that decides to shiny a Torterra for me can pick 3 keys of their choice from. Alongside this, iMystic, the owner of the server, decided to contribute with a chest of 10 Funko Pops, with 1 Funko Pop per person, and Vox, on behalf of Team Paleo, contributed with a chest of a mix of goodies, including fossils and his own head, plus some keys and Halloween candy. It was very fun, and there was a line of people waiting to see the Torterra garden and to contribute to the shining of the Torterras in exchange for some goodies. And overall, everyone had a great time, including myself. At the end, there was one more Torterra to shiny, which I took upon myself to do, and the leftover rewards were given out to a lucky winner. The names of all those who have contributed were put on a board within the garden, so that they are forever immortalized for their contributions. During days 90 to 99, I decided to wait around and see which gym leaders I'd be able to catch and challenge. Now that I was a little bit more stronger and familiar with my Pokemon team, I really wanted to try and get myself at least one gym badge. The first gym I've had the chance to challenge was the Poison Gym. Now, of course, in order to challenge the gym, I needed to complete the gym challenge created by the gym leader. In this case, it was a nice little scatter hunt for pecha berries, which were dotted around the gym building. There was many different ones, such as fragrant pecha berry, as well as firm and even delectable pecha berries. However, the one we needed were 3 mythical ones. It took me a few minutes to scour the area, but I've managed to find all 3 berries, granting me the right to challenge Raptor, the poison gym leader. The battle began with me choosing Popsicle and Raptor choosing a poison Galvantula, which I believe is a toxic chain crate Pokemon, exclusive to Cobbleland. I started off the battle with a hailstorm directly followed by an ice beam, taking Galvantula down and getting the first knockout. Popsicle did suffer some damage and got taken out by Bridget in the next turn, which I believe is a toxic version of Latios, I think. I decided to continue with Pointy, who managed to inflict a little bit of damage, but ultimately got taken out. Luigi was up next, and Raptor decided to switch out his Pokemon to Dude, which was, interesting. Luigi used an Aeroblast, but it missed, afterwards getting hit with a Yawn. I had a single turn before my boy would fall asleep, so I've opted to do a heal. And while Luigi was falling asleep, Raptor decided to switch Bridget back in. For the next few turns, Luigi had to tank some attacks, and honestly, he did well. I didn't expect him to be this tanky, but like boy strapped in. Once Luigi was awake, Raptor switched in Haxorus, which terrified me, especially when he started to power up. But once again, Luigi tanked a Dire Claw and took Haxorus out with an Aeroblast. He did get poisoned in the process, which was annoying. Bridget was back in for the action using a Sludge Bomb to capitalize on the poison damage. However, Luigi restored his health using Recover and then actually took Bridget down using an Aeroblast. Luigi is actually leading this battle so well. Didn't expect this, honestly. Raptor sent out Pekarunt next, while I've managed to slightly stave off the poison damage with my last Recover, meaning it was full aggro with Luigi now, before the poison takes him. I've managed to get the opponent's Pokemon down to half health before he switched it out back to Dude, on whom Luigi's Aeroblast was not very effective at all. On the next turn, Raptor switched Pokemon once again back to Pekarunt, who got almost taken out by Luigi before once again being switched out. This time to Toxic Chain Serperior, who outsped my Luigi and took his last little remaining health down, knocking him out for good. Well done, Luigi, you've done insanely well. Next up from my side was Cheruboo. Serperior tried to use Spore on Cheruboo, however, being a grass type, he was completely immune to this effect, attacking back with a full force Earthquake, dealing decent damage. Next turn started with a problematic move. Serperior used a Giga Drain, regaining a good chunk of health. It was also holding leftovers, same as Cheruboo, meaning this has turned into a battle of attrition and durability. Cheruboo ended up being poisoned and hit head on with a Leaf Storm attack, but actually managed to stay in battle and retaliate with an Earthquake, actually knocking out the problematic Serperior. Dude was sent out next, and we both seem to have the same idea, as Dude used Recover while Cheruboo used Synthesis, both of us regaining our health to almost completion. This was good, as it allowed me to set up a Leech Seed healing along with leftovers, slightly nullifying the poison damage Cheruboo was receiving and causing slight damage to Dude each turn. I managed to do some decent damage to the defensive base Dude with Woodhammer, however, the recoil from the attack along with Dude's Rocky Helmet ended up taking Cheruboo out. Dent was up next, however, he was not able to cause much damage with any of his attacks, and Dude ended up recovering his health. One saving grace was that he was still seeded, and so he was getting his health sapped a little each turn, but this didn't make a difference when Dent ended up being put to sleep and ultimately taken out by Earthquake the turn after that. It was now time for Tiny Spicy, my last Pokemon and my Mega Evolution trump card. Using Play Rough and also still losing health from Leech Seed, Dude was knocked down to 1% HP, managing to land a blow that took Spicy down to half health, but then fainting next turn to another attack. Raptor sent out Pekarunt next, with very low HP. I thought this would have been an easy takedown for Spicy via Sucker Punch. However, Pekarunt went with Recover, meaning that Spicy's Sucker Punch failed and it allowed Pekarunt to heal. Massive mistake on my part, as it ended up costing me the match. declaring Raptor the winner of this battle. I thought that Raptor would go fully offensive trying to outspeed Spicy to get her KO'd with one final hit, which a Sucker Punch would have been a perfect counter for. But turns out I could have won that battle if I had just attacked normally, as Spicy had a higher speed stat than Pekkarunt. It was Raptor's last Pokemon too. Such a small mistake cost me the entire battle, which was a shame, but hey, it was a good battle and a good learning experience. 2 days later, I've managed to challenge Jarmaine, Storm of Union Electric Gym Leader. The gym challenge was actually quite a fun one. It consisted of 3 rooms. In the first one, I had to find a shovel in order to put out a fire caused by an explosion of one of the experiments. I'm embarrassed to admit that this took me longer than it should have, but I did manage to find it eventually. The second room was fun. I had to feed some dinosaurs the correct food. And of course I managed to do it on the first try because I'm just so awesome. The third room was a simple sequence of puzzles, which I've also completed quite easily. Overall, I really enjoyed this gym challenge. Well done, Jarmaine. Now it was time for the gym battle. Jarmaine sent out the Iron Spider, which immediately flamethrowered Popsicle, grilling him relentlessly. Next up was Cherryboo. I thought I'd be able to set up a Leech Seed healing cycle, but yeah, that didn't help at all. Third Pokemon from my team was Luigi, who immediately got paralyzed and thunderbolted right after that. We've managed to hit a super effective Hydro Pump though, and although Luigi has sustained quite heavy damage, he KO'd Arachnid with an Aeroblast. The next Pokemon from Jarmaine's side was, yeah, that is indeed an Electric Suicune that has raised its special attack and special defense. To no one's surprise, Luigi went down right after this. I chose Dent to go next, and honestly I didn't really have a plan on how to counter this, which was really obvious, considering that Dent went out right after. Pointy took his place, and oop, yeah, he's out. It was time for Lil Spicy, and even though she managed to do a hit on Suicune, she didn't last more than 2 turns. This battle was an overwhelming loss, but I still had a good time. Later on in the day, after suffering the massive defeat, I've encountered the Water-type gym leader, which I was super excited about, as I felt like against a Water-type gym leader I'd have the highest chance of success, as my team seemed fairly well built for a challenge like that. But then the gym challenge happened. Oh boy, the gym challenge. It required me to dive into an aquarium enclosure to find 6 items in invisible item frames, which all had a letter for a name, which I then needed to descramble in order to get a word, which is a hint for something else, which then allowed me to challenge the gym. All under 8 minutes. I failed this challenge as I could not find the items, and the couple that I did find, I couldn't even read the letters of. It was infuriating, and yes, I am salty because my blind ass couldn't beat this challenge. So I couldn't fight against the gym leader who I was 99% likely going to beat, all while I was the second challenger with the first guy finding all the items in less than 4 minutes. This challenge was absolutely ass. I am so annoyed. If you're still watching, I want to see salt emojis in the comments because I am completely self-aware of how my incompetent behind sounds right now. Did I go back for a rematch the next day? No, my pride wouldn't let me. Right, anyway, on to the next fight. The next gym battle was against the Ice-type gym leader, Fresh Snow of Union, Selena. And wow, the gym looked so cool. It was a snow globe, guys. How cool is that? The challenge was nice and simple. It required me to go through a snow maze tracking down keys in certain order in order to unlock the path to the gym itself. Once I've had the keys, I've met the gym leader Selena on the other side, and she led me into the snow globe gym arena, where we began our battle. I started off with Dent, and I was very determined to do my best in this battle. Selena chose Ayaka, who started off strong, taking down Dent with Icy Wind. At least Dent managed to set up poison spikes before he went out. My next choice was Gliscor, and while Selena changed Pokemons out, I've powered up with a Swords Dance. After exchanging a few attacks, Sid was knocked out, and Selena's next Pokemon was Aurora, who took Pointy out with a Freeze Dry. I wasn't really sure who to go for next, and so I sent out Popsicle. And through sheer perseverance, we brought Aurora down to 7% HP before a Moonblast to the face took Popsicle out for good. Our next choice was clear. It was time for Lil Spicy to Mega Evolve and sweep Aurora out of the battle with a Sucker Punch. The next Pokemon from Selena was Danger Kitty. I've had Spicy power up with a Swords Dance and we've almost managed to take the kitty out, but then Selena swapped her Pokemon to goddamn Articuno. And if this isn't the most intimidating image, it's giving I'm scared. But then, from completely nowhere, Spicy actually managed to one-hit KO Articuno with one ridiculously powerful Thunder Punch. Talk about unexpected. Artoria was up next, and Spicy managed to get it down to 3% health before being taken out by an Icicle Spear. It's alright, Spicy, rest well. You've done amazing. I've sent out Luigi, and a Thunderbolt managed to take Artoria out. We're now back to Danger Kitty, who took Lugia down, but was only on 19%. Cherryboo entered the battle, and Selena swapped out back to Ayaka, whom Cherryboo successfully pulled off a Leech Seed on. With Earthquake being our next move, we've managed to take Ayaka down to 10% HP, and honestly, Cherryboo is doing a lot better than I expected, considering he's a Grass type. Ayaka managed to get Cherryboo down half health before being knocked out by an Earthquake. Danger Kitty is back now, and it is now a battle between our last two Pokemon. Sadly though, Kitty had the speed and type advantage, landing the final hit on Cherryboo and declaring Selena the victor. And we were so close to winning! Again! Regardless, this was a fantastic battle. Thank you, Gym Leader Selena. A few days later, Ansika invited me for a battle. He briefly held the title of the Steel-type Gym Leader, so even though he couldn't actually award me a badge if I happened to win, it'd still be a good resume accomplishment to say I've managed to beat an ex-Gym Leader. Ansika even had a whole gym set up at his base. It was named The Forge, which was a really cool name, and let me tell you, this was easily one of the best gyms I've seen on this server so far. The build quality, the challenge, and the atmosphere were all 10 out of 10. It seemed complicated at first, but after wandering around a little and using the little reminder books around the challenge area, I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed this gym challenge. Once I was done, then came the gym arena. Oh man, the gym arena. It was so well built, like genuinely, Ansika bro, I'm impressed. And obviously, because I am here right now, it was time to start the battle. I started off with Dent, as it was easily my weakest Pokemon against the Steel-type ex-Gym Leader team. Of course, he was taken out in mere moments. Next up was Cherryboo, who I thought was going to do a little better, but a surprising X-Scissor attack almost brought him down for good. Unluckily for me, Ansika decided to switch to Corviknight, who Cherryboo could realistically not do much against. After a Drill Peck took poor Cherryboo down, I've decided the next best Pokemon to face Gran the Corviknight was Popsicle, and he managed to do some decent damage to Gran before Ansika switched him out for a Quarry, who sent Popsicle flying with a powerful Flash Cannon. I've decided to go with Pointy next, but he was absolutely obliterated by an Ice Beam. Well, Luigi, your turn. While my Lugia wasn't doing much damage, at least its defenses weren't too bad, until he got frozen. Then all it took was one powerful Ice Beam to finish Luigi off. I guess it's all up to Spicy now. And she almost managed to take a Quarry down, but alas, it was not enough. Another loss for me, but a well done to Ansika. Defo deserving of the title of Gym Leader back when he was one. And of course, still impressed with the gym too. I couldn't find any more gym leaders for now, and so I've decided to challenge Voxario to a duel. This was an interesting fight in terms of its meaning, since Vox has, throughout the series, kind of become a sort of Cobblemon mentor for me. So I suppose it's time to see if I'm anywhere near his level now. The battle begun, as always, with Dent on the front lines. I thought I would have been able to at least set up Toxic Spikes before Dent was knocked out, but Vox would not let that happen. My next Pokemon was a hard choice, but I've decided to go full aggro with Cherryboo, setting up Leech Seed and then using Synthesis to heal back to full health. Luckily, Vox's Abyssolotl didn't have anything else more damaging for Cherryboo other than Dark Pulse, so this gave me a bit of control over the battle for now, and after 2 Earthquakes, Vox's first Pokemon was out. His next Pokemon was Diona Beast, who tried to use Sleep Powder, which I got really worried about, but then both me and Vox remembered that Cherryboo is a Grass type, and so he was completely immune to this trickery. Exchanging Flamethrower and Earthquake attacks, both Pokemon were low on HP. But of course, Vox took the initiative to take Cherryboo out by using Diana Beast's superior speed stat, which I mean, I would have done the same. I wasn't sure who to send out next, but ultimately decided it was time for Spicy to Mega Evolve and take the stage, knocking out Vox's Pokemon with a swift Sucker Punch. A fancy looking Koraidon was up next from Vox, and surprisingly little Spicy actually managed to take a full Flamethrower roast into the face and one hit KO retaliate with a Play Rough attack. I thought I was cooked there, literally. But Spicy is really breaking expectations in this battle. Voxario's next choice was Devilish, which I deduce looks to be a Mimikyu wearing the skin of an Umbreon, which is really cool but also terrifying. Using Shadow Sneak, Spicy was knocked out. Since it was a Mimikyu pretending to be an evolution, I thought I'd send out a real evolution. However, Popsicle was knocked out without managing to do much damage. Seems like this Devilish is going to be one hell of an obstacle. I wasn't sure who to go for next, so I've opted for Pointy. I managed to get him powered up with a Swords Dance, and actually took Devilish down next turn with a nice Furrow Thunderfang. Aero Blacktail was next, Mega Evolving and then outspeeding Pointy to take him out with Stone Edge. It was now time for Luigi, and Vox decided to establish dominance by having his Pokemon fly and look down on mine. Which, I mean, I worked, I'm not gonna lie. It was a rough battle, but luckily, I had defensive capabilities on my side, managing to tank most of the attacks and eventually bring Vox's Pokemon down. The downside of this, however, was that Vox had one more Pokemon, another Koraidon, and because Luigi was severely weakened, it got taken down by Dragonclaw, the final move of this match. Wow, what a battle. I might have lost, but I've managed to bring Vox down to the last Pokemon, which just goes to show how powerful my team has become. And even Vox said he was proud, which did make me feel sort of accomplished. It is now day 100, and if I have learned anything from all those battles, it's that when on an even playing field against powerful opponents, I can sort of almost stand my ground and beat them. But I'm not quite there yet. Sadly, this will have to do for now, as the clock has finished ticking, and it is time for the finale. Throughout the video, I've sneakily collected some items, such as an egg of my favorite starter Pokemon Turtwig, from when we were setting up the Torterra garden, Demi's head, which, no Demis were hurt during that process, the hair of an admin, specifically Nuki. I definitely did not just run up to her and rip that out and then run away, but most importantly, the Necronomicon. Using these 4 items, I will be able to summon the one who shall provide me the final battle and transition us to the ending. And so, I did a little speech for all those present on the server, thanking them all for all the amazing and fun times I've had with the community, and explaining that it was now time for the final event. Using the lavas of the Nether as the conduit, I threw in all 4 ingredients, almost like I was making soup. And after chanting some final words, he has appeared. Mystic, the owner of the server, pretty much got himself in this scenario, and I was about to battle him. Now, obviously there is a reason I've summoned him other than just a simple big battle for the end of the big video. Do you remember at the very beginning when I saw the pretty little Glaceon with its maid costume? Well, I want that. I have got Mystic to promise me that if I somehow manage to beat him, he will give me a maid outfit which I can fit Popsicle into. Yeah, you all thought I was joking, huh? Well, nuh-uh. I remember the original goal, and I will do anything to get it accomplished, even duel God himself. The fight has now begun, me starting off with Dent and Misting choosing a Togekiss. Round 1 was full of thirst for blood. Togekiss opening the battle with an air slash, but Dent managed to hold on, smacking Togekiss back with a poison jab and actually knocking it out in one hit. And so, thanks to Dent, the first kill goes to me. Mystic has chosen to send out Skarmory. Smart choice for a poison type like Dent. Except Dent knows how to use Fire Punch. Sadly, even though it was super effective, it didn't do that much damage. Skarmory used Stealth Rock in combination with Spikes, which was going to be a pain for my team going forward. But as a sort of counter-attack, I've set up Toxic Spikes around his team. Myself and Dent got lucky as he managed to land another Fire Punch on Skarmory. However, being hurt by its Rocky Helmet has knocked Dent out. Well done, Dent. You've done an amazing startup. Pointy was next. Using Thunder Fang, Pointy managed to take Skarmory out. However, the combination of Spikes, Stealth Rock and the Rocky Helmet, we were already on 50% HP. Mystic's next Pokemon was Volcarona, and I thought I'd smash it to bits with Pointy's Crabhammer. But Mystic switched his Pokemon out to Hydreigon, and Crabhammer was not very effective on him. Before we had a chance to react, Hydreigon took our boy out with a Dark Pulse. It was now time for Popsicle. Nothing better than an Ice type to counter a Dragon type. I had Popsicle use Ice Beam, except Mystic switched out back to Volcarona. Surprisingly, the Ice Beam actually did decent damage to it though. Volcarona went with a power-up while Popsicle hit it with a Water Pulse for that super effective damage. Next turn, Volcarona pulled off a Fiery Dance, literal Hinokami Kagura, which took Popsicle out. Now, this was going to be a gamble. However, I've decided to go with Spicy for the next turn, in order to do my good old strategy of getting rid of a weakened Pokemon with Sucker Punch. Which worked! The only downside was that we've activated Flame Body and Spicy was now getting roasted. Mystic brought Hydreigon back into battle, and I thought I might be able to deal some damage, but he finished up the roasting and knocked Lil Spicy out with a full throttle flamethrower. Luigi was up and Mystic once again retreated Hydreigon in exchange for a poisoned Umbreon, which at least gave Luigi a chance to fully heal. I decided to attack with Aeroblast to try and get some damage. However, it wasn't that good, and Umbreon ended up using Toxic and badly poisoning Lugia. Both teams threw out attacks at each other to figure out what was working and what wasn't, occasionally restoring our health with Recover and Moonlight. It was a struggle of endurance, until Mystic switched Umbreon out back to Hydreigon, and Luigi took the last of the poison damage. It was now time for our last Pokemon, Cherryboo. It all begun with him, and now, with him, it shall all end in either defeat or victory. Entering the battle arena, Cherryboo immediately set up with Leech Seed, which ended up taking Hydreigon out. Umbreon was out next and poisoned Cherryboo. However, in return, Cherryboo once again set up a Leech Seed, and pulling out an Earthquake attack, combined with poison, Umbreon goes down. Mystic is now on his last Pokemon, and it is Mueller, a Mewtwo Chandelure hybrid. This Pokemon gives off such overpowered monster vibes. Funny enough, it actually got poisoned by the spikes that Dent sent out all the way back at the beginning of the match. I had a choice to make now. I could either try playing it safe by healing with Synthesis, but possibly getting killed by an overpowered attack, or going for Earthquake and hoping for a kill. I've decided to risk it all and use Earthquake. Mueller had the speed advantage and used Mystical Fire, which was super effective, but Cherryboo actually managed to survive with 2 health points. And then Cherryboo's Earthquake almost kills Mueller. Cherryboo has then had some health restored by the leftovers, and Mueller was hurt by poison, but it wasn't enough to kill it, and the leftovers didn't heal Cherryboo enough to save it from Toxic, knocking Cherryboo unconscious and declaring iMystic the winner in this incredibly close match. Wow, 14% HP. 14% HP was all that stood between me and the Glaceon Maid outfit. Unbelievable. GG Mystic, it was an incredible battle. And although I'm not surprised I lost, I can't believe I got so close to beating you. Thank you for the battle, and who knows, maybe one day I'll challenge you again. Well, there it is. A full 100 days of me playing multiplayer Cobblemon for the first time. I have to say, I have thoroughly enjoyed this experience. Even if I didn't manage to be the gym leader to get a gym badge, or defeat God himself in order to acquire a Glaceon made outfit, I have accomplished many amazing feats on this server, such as building a tortterra garden, and whooping Demi's ass at a Pokemon battle. I'll 100% be popping back onto the server every now and again to play more Cobblemon, and maybe I'll do an occasional standalone stream on it. I mean, there's still so much to do, and especially with the new Pokemon 1.6 update right at our doorstep, very likely released by the time you're watching this video. A bunch of new amazing features to explore coming to Cobblemon. But for now, I'd like to thank all of you viewers for joining me on this grand adventure, and I'd like to thank the Cobbleland community for providing such an amazing experience. And remember, if you want to play on the server, it's play.cobbleland.com. I play on the Union Realm, so come join me there. And if you do decide to buy anything, make sure you use code Sebbediah for 15% off your total. And as for this video, if you've enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. If you would like to see more, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Check me out. Oh!